Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, the roots. Go to the roots, to the roots. Yeah, man, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Subscribe now.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. And I remember your face when you hit the ground. I can recall the time and place on a midnight walk through the old streets, trying to turn back the clock to the days of old, back to the days when all the things we knew were made of gold. As the world moves on, time sings a song. In the old neighborhood, as the clock strikes one, the memory lives just as it stood.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamus Report. I'm your host, Afridamus. I want to welcome all of you to today's edition of the Afridamus Report. Guys, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. So today, what is the topic? The topic is, as you can see, plantation news. As you guys are aware, I have done several series of plantation news. And what does that entail? Today, you, the viewer that is watching me, be lucky, be thankful, because I'm giving you front street view of what the realities of America is. The things that we that live here, we talk about, that you are quote unquote opposed to, or claiming, oh, the blacks are victims, they are the ones telling the truth. That's because you have no idea. And the ones that also are here that have a little bit of idea don't quite understand the dynamics of what is happening. This topic that I'm on here, this is no different than the topic that I was doing yesterday and the other days about the LGBTQ. The same mindset, because it's the same machine that created this entire thing. The blacks were the first ones. So their history is used, to force feed it down people's throat. Because if you think about it, slavery, they like to talk about slavery quite a lot. Slavery have been over for quite some time now. Slavery have been over way longer than, African nations have been independent. Mind you, Africans were still colonized, right? Other parts of the world, Vietnam, India, if we want, because the blacks like to compare who's more victimized. India, the entire country of India, the billions of them, they were literally enslaved. Go read about how many of them had to die because of forced labor under the British. You go to the Congo, they said estimatedly 10 million people, right? In Brazil, they took slaves there. But you see, we don't hear all these atrocities in the Americas that much. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but we know the Caribbean, islands, Jamaica, Haiti. Those, you read the history in those islands, those sugarcane plantations, right? They were working the slaves there to death and replacing them. That is the truth. But you don't see Jamaicans, Haitians, other people constantly, every time they are about to lose any narrative, they talk about slavery, they talk about racism, they do it non-stop. You know why? That's because the most of the blacks are still mentally in the plantation. You don't have to be physically present in like a cotton farm for you to be an actual slave. That's not what makes one a slave. There are many people who cross the border from South America, Mexico, that come here to pick fruits and strawberries, make money, and go back to where they came from. Just because they're picking the fruits, that doesn't make them slaves. A slave is bred. A slave is mentally, like the Africans they brought here, they were not slaves. Those were captives. Those were captives. Their descendants, those are the real slaves because they didn't have to put them in chains anymore. They didn't have to do that. So that's what continued on. This is a different form of slavery, which is the mental slavery that you're seeing. This is why you would see, no matter how quote unquote successful a black person is in America, no matter how, right? You allow them to speak, or you just allow white person to speak, pretty soon you would lose all respect for them. You would see how weak minded they are. They start relegate, they will put themselves back to being under the white person. They would assume the victim role. The ones that refuse to do that, it's not the white people that chastise them, it's the blacks themselves that come after you. So the white man no longer have to police, the blacks as far as keeping them in line. They do that for each other. And now they want to make this global, because they are the gatekeepers of the plantation, not realizing other people, Africans, us that are smart, we could see it, not realizing we have zero interest in this plantation game. You can have the white people, you can deal with them, but because they have not interacted with a lot of people, in their mind, just because your skin is black, they think the way they are thinking, you should think that way. They think you should care about slavery. If it's not your history, you've never been one, what makes you think I and other people whose this is not our history, why should we care about this? I'm just being real. Why should we care about it? Just as you don't care about my history and who I am, it's the same way. It's like, yeah, sure, I'll read about it, just like you would read about anything, but that's where it stops. That's just human nature. Your condition is no longer that way. You want me and others to put myself in a mental state about something that is not in existence. That's what they want you to do. But let me play a short little video that I have played here before to set the stage. So you guys know exactly where we are going. This, what you're seeing on the internet here, this is what many Africans who work with blacks, this is what they have to go through. This is what they have to go through. You would see someone you work with, black person, they applied for a job just like you. You don't know this person from Adam. They don't know you from Adam. They don't pay your bills. You don't pay their bills. You just met there at the job. So every man for themselves, right? You're there for a reason. You're not there for nonsense. But you would see these same people, they would call in sick, they would show up to work late, they would refuse to do their job, they would have issues with their supervisor. Mind you, their actions cause them to do this. It's normal. You go to a workplace, you take 100% responsibility for yourself as an adult because you left your home. That's no easy task to go somewhere for 8 hours. You better, you know, do that right. So when you were signing up for that job, you agreed. You agreed to be at work at X time. This is when you would be here. They take you through orientation. You agree to all this. You sign all these papers. But now this individual would do all this, right? The moment the boss comes down on them, they want you, an African, to join them in their fuckery. They want you to join them. So, okay, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me I decided to show up to work on time, do my job as I promised? I have no problem with this supervisor. Whether the supervisor is black, white, blue, or green, I don't give a damn. I'm doing my job. I need my paycheck, right? But they will bring that problem onto you and say, oh man, this person hate blacks. No, sir, I can clearly see that even if it were me, I would have had issues with you the same way. Because why are you here? Are you getting paid? Are you getting paid to not show up to work? There's no free lunch in life. But they would say, oh man, these Africans don't drop, these Africans kiss white people's ass. That's what they would say. If you go, you doing your job, oh yeah, you're just kissing people's ass. It's not because you are smart. You are doing exactly what you came here to do. You are the one who do not understand what you are doing. You don't understand your responsibility. If you have issues with the white man, I don't. I do not. Oh, if you think you truly have issues with them, show me. Why do you need me as a backup? You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not part of this. This is between you guys. So this just pearly thing we're about to talk about is the same thing. A white woman who they said, quote unquote, is in the manosphere, because they name themselves the manosphere. Sometimes, like they are everything. Manosphere, they are Pan-Africanist. So clearly, this is an American thing, right? Personally, right? I've listened to these guys, but you think I'm going to go take, relationship advice from these people? You think I would do that? Just look at the way they think. Look at the way they talk. Just put them on a panel with their own women. You would clearly see that these people are not the people to listen to get anything from them. They can't even get their own women to respect them right in public. I don't know if they don't understand that everybody can see this. So this is why you see a bunch of blacks together. They will be like, oh, we the manosphere. Or they would say, oh, now they're making it sound like Kevin, the guy that died, Kevin Samuels. They're making it seem like he, because of him now, they monopolize relationship. But we all know black relationship is not the best relationship. So clearly they cannot own that. But look, that's none of my concern. I could care less. Just like they say they are the best blacks in the world, they are the richest blacks. They're entitled to all this opinion. You don't need to convince me. You don't need to prove anything to me. If you say this is who you are, just go on and do that. Just go on and do that. So these faces that you're seeing here, these are supposed to be men You see like O'Shea here and this Sarga guy. So just Pearly, a white woman, her opinion matters the most to the blacks. And you're about to see that. You know, all these past years, last 2 years, remember they formed their own stupid organization. They called it FBA, ADOS. They started saying they are not Africans. They don't have anything to do with Africans. Some even declare they're Indians. So clearly, our issues are not the same issues. Our relationship talks is not the same thing. Our cultures are not the same. The only thing we have in common with some of them is skin color. This is from their own mouth. They claim their competition is between them and white people. I have a video here. Let me give you a little bit of a taste here. One of the women, because you know with the blacks, their women are their spokespeople. You know, most of the households are headed by the women. They are raised by women. So it is safe to rely on what the women are saying because this is how they teach their children. This is the ideology they put in their head, right? So it is safe to listen to their women. This is why you would see a grown black person, grown up, they got money. You would see it in public, but the black woman would come up and disrespect them in public. No one disrespects the black man more than the black woman, right? So this is why low key, when they saw this white woman, which I've seen videos, she was making fun of the black woman. She made fun of black women. And these same quote unquote Sims who were crying about what's happening, they were applauding her. They're like, oh yeah, you go girl, you go just Pearly. They supported her. That's because the black woman is their real oppressor. So when they saw the white woman, they saw the white woman as a savior, and also they were shamelessly trying to attach themselves to her. I have seen videos before this, YouTubers who were supposed to be big YouTubers on lives, literally telling other YouTubers to please, hook them up with this just Pearly because they want to be on her platform so bad. But go listen to all these people. So there's two things at play here. Two things at play. You guys would think that quote unquote the slavery comment is what they are pissed off about. No, that's not what they are mad about. It's about opportunity. They discovered that because they see themselves as the best blacks, they want to dominate these spaces. This just Pearly white girl is getting bigger and bigger. They found out she has foreign blacks different from them around her, Africans and Caribbeans. And who have they been hating on this whole time? You guessed it. But let me play my disclaimer so I can give you a taste of one of these black women during that Akon saga, telling us how they are so much different from Africans, and they don't even compare themselves to Africans because we're not the same. But when things fall apart for them, they want us to join them. Watch. All right, here we go. I'm gonna play this quick video. It's just a snippet, so you guys hear it from the horse's mouth. This woman telling Africans what they think of Africans, so that you have a clear understanding of who we are dealing with. We're dealing with hypocrites here. What they say and what they do are completely different. They flip-flop. And you know what they say about hypocrites? They are the most dangerous type of people to deal with. Because how can you deal with a group of people where you would never ever see them correct each other? How is that even possible? But then when you say, they're like, oh no, we are not all like that. But we never see you guys correct each other. You know, the sad part is this Just Pearly is a 26-year-old white woman from a wealthy family, grew up in like suburb far away from where blacks even live. No experience. You should ask yourself, how are 40, 50-year-old black men sitting on the internet taking advice, relationship advice from a young white woman like that? And then when they didn't like what she said, they start crying. How does that make you feel to look at somebody, your father, supposed to even be father or grandfather, crying over a 26-year-old white woman? That, and they do it proudly. I have never seen a group of people who embrace weakness as much as the blacks do. It's mind-boggling. It blows my mind completely. I can't believe it. So this is why for you people, I always say the Africans that come try, oh, they don't understand. America does a good job of marketing itself. That's why when they tell you, oh, the whites make us look bad, bullshit. The reason why people even look at you as high is because of how America sells blacks. They sell all of you as high. The entertainment, NBA, and all, they make it look good. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. So this is why now, is Africans are learning. Everyone is learning. It's tangible season. Remember when that FBA thing they said it's about tangibles? Well, it's tangible season. Just Pearl brought the tangibles to the table. She hired Africans, and they don't like that. How many Africans did you see on these internet spaces? Those of us that are out here on YouTube putting in the work, how many of them did you see that put any African on, quote unquote, on? Name it. How many Africans did they employ? If you know it, let me know. They do not have any opportunity for you. So it is silly. It is dumb for someone who can't give you what you want, but telling you to turn against somebody who actually provides it. You Africans that are watching me, it is clear to you that you cannot truly work with the blacks. You know this because of the hypocrisy and how touchy they get. What, you're going to be working with the person, things are going well, and then they get pissed off at one thing. Oh, you get white customers, they paying money just because they don't like what that person said. They're going to destroy the whole business. People recognize this. Sticks and stones may break my bone, but not words. They do not believe in that. Everything triggers them, every single thing. And there's a thing where you can never reason with somebody who they don't care about being reasonable. Because if somebody is going out of their way to be a victim, I am telling you right now, there's no way to see eye to eye with that person. Why do you think they can't see eye to eye with anyone? Let's just be honest. It's not only with white people, it's pretty much everyone. Everyone. They claim everyone hates them. How can everybody hate just, one group of people? So it is other people that hate them. You notice they are the nicest people. They never hate anybody, right? But somehow you are able to recognize constantly that it is other people hating. Maybe you might want to look in the mirror. You might want to look in the mirror. Maybe, just maybe, the hate exists within you because you're the one constantly expressing this. Everyone seems to be getting along just fine. Everyone just seems to be going by their business with no problem. With no problem. But somehow, when you hate somebody because of the hate and resentment you harbor in your heart towards those people, You want me, who's got love to give to the world, to be a hater like you. You drank the poison. I'm not trying to drink the poison, but they are blind to that. So this is why you, me, and everybody, we cannot allow ourselves to be blind to this. America might allow the blacks to be hypocrites and promote it. They might allow the gays, all these people, to be hypocrites because they want to push an agenda. You know what they say? If you lay in bed with dogs, don't be surprised when you wake up with ticks on you, on your body, or fleas on your body. You know, because if you're not a hypocrite, you start associating with hypocrites. Whatever befalls them is going to befall you. Any calamity. It has to take a certain mindset to not be a hypocrite. Just the other day, this is off topic, I heard Nas, the rapper, was former superstar, right? They were interviewing, he was talking about, oh, they misled us about Africa. We used to be scared. We think if we get there, they said mosquitoes would bite you, blah, blah, blah. So these people, they want us, Africans, right, to be the bigger people, for us to just be like, hey, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like, we don't care. Like, if you used to be scared of mosquitoes would bite you in Africa, okay, now you know it's not real. Just save yourself that story and move on. Then he went on to say, and also the Africans in the States, they don't fuck with us. Africans hate us. This is coming from Nas, a rapper. And I'm like, damn, it's crazy. Like, thinking about when I was growing up, all my friends, people I know, all how much they love Nas. But this is the black for you. You are thinking, you watching the lights, you're thinking these are lovely people, glamorous, but this is their mentality about Africans. Imagine how rich and famous Nas is. Just imagine that. You're sitting in Africa thinking, I used to remember how Africans, some would claim these people and say, imagine when they come back. Well, they said it. And then I saw another video of this same Nas. He's going to South Africa. You know what his biggest worry is? He's like, yeah, man, I'll go. But, he's worried that he might get shot or kidnapped by the gangs there. Do you want to tell me South Africa has more gangs than America? Is that what they want to tell us? So at this point, what these people are showing us is blatant ignorance. Blatant, like they're just blatantly dumb about things. When, there's no excuse anymore. No excuse. But let me play this video.
Attitude. And they do not identify with Africans, and they certainly do not compare themselves to Africans. We compare ourselves to white people. And the reason we do that is because...
Did you guys hear that? They compare themselves to white people. So what does that tell you? You heard the lady, right? And this is true. I remember I've said this before. Some of the blacks, they came here. Remember how they used to get mad? How dare you say this, Afridamus? Because it is the truth. And then you get some of the Africans from across the pond, from UK, the Africans there, who would call and think they're defending the blacks, blah, blah. You guys know this. Now, I'm no longer in the business of even engaging those Africans, those wannabe Pan-Africans. I do not engage them because it's a waste of my time. And then you had those other blacks who would openly insult Africans. They would just insult us openly. And then they come on your channel and get upset that you have a white person talking on a white platform. So you mean to tell me, so I shouldn't talk to white people? Because now, when they see a white person, then they want to be related to you. I don't know you. You're an American. You compare yourself to white people. So obviously, this beef is between you and white people. I have no part in this. I'm not upset at white people. They haven't done anything to me. If you believe they've done something to you, you're the strongest black. Go handle your business. Go handle your business. But they are so weak. They've done this. They've tried to attach themselves to the Hispanics. They used to call it black and brown. You guys remember that? Black and brown. I'm like, that used to be the most laughable thing because that doesn't match reality. Yeah, maybe you see a couple of few Hispanics who are in college, woke ones who pretend to go along with the blacks, but that's not reality. I have worked with Mexicans and other people from South America. I can assure you there's no such thing as black and brown. You know, they don't have good impression about the blacks. That's just a fact. They want nothing to do with them. 100%. That's just the truth. Now, let me play a video here from a channel. The voice is called TBA. He calls himself the Black Authority. This is an individual who claims, he is the authority, the voice of authority on racism. They monopolize that. I remember this guy was speaking one time. He was insulting Africa openly. He said, Africa, there's no heroes there. He said, name one hero that is the equivalent of Martin Luther King. Oh, Martin Luther King, a man that marched with the white people. They wrote everything for him. The white people are telling you to celebrate him. Can you compare that to Robert Mugabe? Can you compare that to Nelson Mandela? Can you compare that to Thomas Sankara? Can you compare that to Patrice Lumumba? I can name names. Amilcar Cabral. I can just keep going on and on. This man did not march. They didn't hold hands kumbaya. They were not trying to move in with white people. This man took up arms and went to war. Nelson Mandela went to prison for 27 years for the liberation of his people. But he was insulting Nelson Mandela. But for whatever reason, they just have the animosity against Africans. They just have animosity, and we've been watching that. O'Shea is no different. You guys know this. They used to have what they call the Sunday Rumble on O'Shea's channel. This is before he went to Africa. One thing you have to know, in America, they like to, quote unquote, reinvent themselves. They had an entire channel on Sunday dedicated to just, dumping on Africans. It's not even based in facts. It's like they just go out of their way to literally, belittle Africans, talk down about Africans, and they think that is funny. They don't even care to research what our foods are. They would come up with ugly names. They would claim we eat monkey meat. This is not coming from the white people, quote unquote, the white supremacists they always tell us about. The people they point to show racism. That's why I say there's no such thing as racism. Because until they admit that they are the real racists, there's no such thing as racism. Because if you're the one telling Africans they are eating monkey meat, but you pretending to be upset when somebody, white person says, oh, that person, oh, use the word monkey, you get mad. It's all a crap. It's all fake. I have played video here, guys. You've seen it, of a black guy calling Africans monkeys, referring to Africans as monkeys. But you see, it shows their inferiority mindset. They can yell that all they want. You notice it doesn't affect us. We could care less. We just keep moving on, right? That's why I say it's plantation news. Only a real slave-minded people, a slave, would insult and disparage their own ancestors. They would insult and disparage their own ancestors and then turn right back around and walk back there. And people would just look at them like, yeah, whatever. Imagine you insult your entire clan. I don't know about you, but if I insult my whole clan and then I get up one day and saying I'm going over there. Guys, the moment you see me going, you better do the RIP for me. You know? Because they're going to say, like, that they're not going to accept that. Because you know why? Because they're going to, the way they see me, how I'm supposed to be mentally well, they see me as a pure blood, mentally sane person. But like a black person, they would just say, oh yeah, it's just a black person. Just like the way white people treat you, they will treat you that way. They will just be like, oh, it's just a white person, a black person. Because that means their opinions don't matter. This is the truth. Like when you're saying stuff about Africans, they just don't care. They're like, oh, it's just blacks, meaning their opinion do not matter. This is why you guys can sit on the internet and yell all you want, and you say, oh, these Africans don't care. You're right. That's because we do not. When you say things like, oh, man, you smell like cheetah pea. Do you know what cheetah pea smells like? Oh, you eat hyena. Stuff like that. These are all stupid stuff. And I know you guys are going to say, why are you saying this? Because O'Shea, who is claiming to be a Pan-African amongst us, right? Now he's the king of podcasts in Africa, according to him, right? He's talking about African issues. He had an entire channel, like I said, that is dedicated to, it wasn't to uplift Africans, but it is to literally shit on Africans. Every Sunday, they used to do that. Every Sunday. I have commented on that channel before, nicely, and they blocked me. When they are doing that, talking about Africans, you would think, like what I do here, if I talk about the blacks, I drop the link. Any black can call. Anybody can call. Go find out, are Africans allowed to speak in their quote-unquote spaces? There's no space more hostile for Africans than these black spaces. Be honest. Those of you that are watching me, it's true. Look, you have more chance to be allowed to speak on a KKK platform than these quote-unquote black platforms. I've seen it with my own eyes. They'll be sitting there talking crap about Africans, don't even have the balls or decency to allow African person to come and defend themselves. The only Africans that would be allowed is the ones that are so ignorant, have low self-esteem, and just go along. Then sure, those people are good. So if they say they are comparing themselves to white people, what conclusion did you make of that? Wouldn't that mean, because they are saying white are white supremacists, white people are racist, they are all this. But if they are comparing themselves to whites, then that mean they have the same trait, or they're striving for that same trait? Because that's their perception of white people. So they would try to live according to that. This is the issue they have with this Just Pearl girl. This is the issue they have. They think they own the internet. They're like, oh, Kevin died. This woman shouldn't get 1.7 million people or so. You don't own the internet. It's just like with Eminem. They claim, oh, Eminem is a culture vulture. What is a culture vulture? Rap is an American culture, subculture. American. Anyone that knows how to rap, like they're crying because they cannot beat Eminem. If they think, if you can rap better than Eminem, get in the studio. Those who can rap are in the studio. They're not complaining about Eminem being a rapper. We are sick and tired of hearing about these people crying about everything. They claim they built America, but yet the easiest thing here, the internet, they cannot put themselves on number one. Here, let me play this video from the Just Pearl, and we'll get into O'Shea's video here. But TBA, this one white woman pretty much created division and unity at the same time amongst them. So right now, they're going to call me a bootlicker because I'm giving you solid and factual analysis of the entire situation. Because I'm not coming here saying, oh yeah, man, this 26-year-old white woman who doesn't have much life experience, any impact on my life, but they want me, you, and everyone to pretend. You see his title, he said, immigrants are cool with racism. Immigrants are cool with racism. Hey, if what you said, that's what racism is. See, with them, there's no gray line. It's like, if you don't agree with us, that means you gotta be racist too or cool with racism. So just because you call it racism, it's not racism. To me, what is racist is saying to Africans, calling Africans African booty scratchers, dirty foot, eating monkey, hyenas. Now, to me, that's racist. Calling Africa a dustbin, now that's racist. And then turn right back around and go straight to that Africa. Insulting Africans. You want to attack some Africans for their phenotype, their physicality. But, at the same time, pretend like you care. Ask a lot of dark-skinned blacks. They will tell you how much they suffered in the hands of these people. Look, one time I had a guy, blacks, because they are silly, said to me, he says to me, look at how dark you are. I was like, oh, really? I was like, man, I didn't know I was supposed to look, light. I said, yeah, I came from the, black factory in Africa where everyone is black, where I came from. But I didn't know I was supposed to be light. But that went over his head. It went over his head because they perpetrate the colorism itself. This same Jason Black, I was listening to one of his videos on this Just Pearl thing. He cut out an entire segment of their own population. He started attacking the light skins. Some of the light-skinned people that are like, nah, this is not racist. He's like, I noticed they're all light-skinned or they're in law enforcement. So they keep moving the goalpost. You can't do this. So here we go. Let me play this for you to see.
I took it out of its context. Tell me, how do you explain away this?
One way.
Yeah.
America being one. That was when more immigration happened and the culture. We sort of lost the culture.
Yeah, because the lesson of World War II, based on the horrors of the Holocaust, is like, this is what happens when nationalism goes awry. This is what happens when nationalism goes
But your
too far.
argument was the Holocaust was not special and all countries have done that.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so you're saying, why is the Holocaust special?
Yeah, basically.
Oh. What do you mean, basically?
Well, yeah.
So you notice this guy, they're talking about the Holocaust, right? So they call this man a white supremacist. I went and looked into him. His conversations are usually about the Jews, about Holocaust, white, this is white people conversation. So because their white masters declares this man a white supremacist, right? So the blacks go along with that. So they are upset why this woman have this man on her platform. Why a white woman would have a white man on her platform. So let's continue, and see out of this conversation what they picked out. It is true. Like a lot of these atrocities. Do you ever hear any of these people ever talking about Congo? In fact, when they speak about Congo, they blame Africans themselves as, oh, they are always at war killing each other. But conveniently, they forget about what King Leopold did. I'm talking the blacks themselves. But this man is talking about, they embellished the Holocaust. That's where the conversation started. Let's go.
Well, yeah, I mean, because of course, we're getting into the details of it, but yeah, that's the gist.
Yeah, I mean, but you kind of deny it.
I deny some of the parts of it.
You deny parts of it don't seem realistic to you. You think they were embellished upon.
I think they're embellished, yeah.
The same way. This sounds, oh gosh.
Oh boy.
They're gonna be in trouble. This sounds similar to the slavery stuff too, because that's literally the founder of, or the guy who made Roots said, I wanted a myth for my people to live by. So they often, but that's what they do, is they embellish, and I'm not trying to say it wasn't horrible, it was.
Right.
But they want to make it like more horrible so that they can control people.
I don't see one lie she said here. I don't see one lie. So when people use a certain event of their history as to give them power, obviously they are bringing it up. They are bringing it up so that they can control you. You notice, right? Okay, how do they shut white people up? How do they do it? Now there's no real debates in America. Any debate they want to shut down, like the Democrats, who do they send? The blacks. Because a white man and blacks cannot have differing opinion. If they don't agree, they gotta be racist. So yes, they are using it, to control other people. Because if it's not, then what is it? Why can't other people disagree with you? But here we go.
Bitch, I know you. Hold on. Now it's gonna piss me off.
Now, though, that's her in her own words.
I paused it. Now that pissed me off.
So this is them and their women now. So they are pissed off. They are pissed off.
Man, this shit crazy, man. This shit is crazy. I thought I listened to the whole thing, but certain things, I guess it must have went over my head.
Yes, it was over her head. So this is the female version, right? So they are doing the Jason Black video. So yeah, that's what they are calling racism. They are calling that racism. So you guys understand why those two jumped on it, right? Those two ratchets are clearly jealous. Look, black women in general are very jealous of white women, which explains, you look at, you see blonde wigs on their head, and they got the nerve to tell other people those people are culturally appropriating while wearing hair to mimic white women. You see that all the time. So for me, right, those two women, they would have been the ones I would truly expect to respond to that. I'm just being real. If they were the ones, they just respond to it. Cool. Is women versus women. That's understandable. But do you expect the grown men to do that? Or are they really men? Because there's a difference between being a man and a male. A man and a male. A real man would be ashamed to say they are so broken by what a white woman, a 26-year-old white woman says. Now that brings us to O'Shea. I'm gonna play the video from King Ganda because he he titled his video. Let me put it here. So this is what O'Shea titled. He said, white woman gets accused of doing this to African employees. You see how they are trying to bring, he's trying to bring Africans into this. He's trying to bring Africans into this. This has nothing to do with Africans. It's kill two birds with one stone. They are attacking the white woman. At the same time, they are jealous about the Africans. They don't want those Africans near that white woman. They don't want that. To them, I'm telling you, this is a plantation. I'm just keeping, it's a plantation mindset. They truly believe that how they're in their head, they're thinking, damn, we've been trying to get close to this white woman. This white woman only wants to talk to them through the internet. Or some few of them invite them to the UK. This woman left the whole country. She went to the UK. She went to the UK and set up shop there, just like O'Shea himself left America. First, he went to Poland. Now he set up shop in Uganda. Yes, O'Shea is black. He went to all black nation. Hey, more power to him. This white woman is white. England is a white country. Maybe her relatives came from there. She went to England and doing her thing. Nothing wrong with that. You would think so. Guys, please get the likes up. Get the likes up before I start this video here. Let me do my fair use here. Because some of you Africans are going to see this video. You're going to see this on Kinganda and you will be confused. You would think now all of a sudden, you know, this is a new frontier for us Africans to join in. No, your brothers and sisters that are in this country, trust me, when they are around a bunch of blacks at these workplaces, this is what they got to go through too. Not only do they, not all, but most, not only do they don't care about their own jobs, they want you not to care about your job as well. Because if you do, you are kissing white people's ass. No, it's not because I'm smart and responsible. I want to take care of business and make money. No, it's because I'm just a bootlicker. So they bring in the plantation to the real world, not realizing not every black person has a plantation mindset. Isn't this what the LGBTQ are trying to do in Africa? Imposing their culture on the people is the same thing. If you're African, you're around them, they want to force feed this ideology in you. But how can you make someone weak who is not weak? Here we go. All right. So let's hear what O'Shea is going to say.
Black people at the core of the issue. I'm starting to see, as long as I've been here in Africa and I've talked to blacks of the world, black people really dislike one another and hate themselves.
Did you guys hear how he started? He said, because of this Just Pearl thing, he said, notice black people hate themselves. So now Africans are back to being FBA, like the FBS again, when needed. But
I would say, but there is a YouTuber, 5 generations of African American, and living in Kampala. Let's get to it.
Yes, people, maintain DJ and producer, first generation Caribbean, living in Kampala 5 years now.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
O'Shea Duke Jackson, 55th generation African American from the West Coast, stand up. You know what I'm saying? Living in Kampala. Let's get to it.
Okay, perfect. It's nice how you guys know which generation you are, because I don't think a typical Ugandan knows what generation they are. We're just here like, oh, I'm just.
Oh, the thing is, for you it's different because my parents were born in the Caribbean, went to London, had me, which means I'm first generation.
Oh.
Then my kids are second generation Caribbean. So that's
that makes sense.
I just made the number up.
You haven't got you ain't.
I don't even think there should be 5 generations
that.
of African Americans in America, but it's probably a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Okay, Oshay, introduce the topic and take it away.
All right, so this topic is a little controversial for some. Maybe not the brothers and sisters that watch our channel, because people that watch Kingana tend to be more pro-black, more militant. But there is a YouTuber.
So now we would have to question this entire Pan-African identity thing, right? So Oshay has his dating channel, all of that. But he also presents himself as a Pan-African, pro-black type. So I don't know if this is raised dollars, whatever, but he put it on Kinganda. Kinganda was supposed to be about Africa, right? But he's bringing their black drama to African issues, pulling Africans into this. It's like Africans don't need people that are bringing low self-esteem to them. Rasmus, you're right. He said, it's not controversial. You are just in your feelings. Weirdo. Yes. So let's see how he introduces this topic.
That has sort of logistically grown by the name of Just Pearly Things. She is Caucasian. So Just Pearly Things did something similar, I would say, to me coming here, except that she moved to London. She's already a YouTuber. I think she had like 15,000 subscribers.
I'm glad he admitted to it. She did just like you did. She moved to London, where a white country. You moved to Kampala, a black country. You're both doing the same thing. So guys, no problem here, right? Let's continue.
But she's from a very affluent, elite family. And she was interested in the black content space. So reactions on hip hop videos. She has no experience with the black community at all, but was reporting on it. Okay. And she sent me an email in 2021 asking me would I come on to her show and things like that. I declined.
So you guys hear this? So the white woman even reached out to come on his show. He claims he declined, and which is his right? But maybe that's because she wasn't big yet. Guys, let me tell you, in this YouTube space, before you become well known, the people that are known by many, they will reject you. Forgetting that they used to have the same numbers as you. You got to start somewhere, not realizing this, right? But the white woman reached out. He turned it down because maybe you don't expect her to surpass you. But that's just how life works.
Because I kind of like, what am I going to talk to you about? And I'm not going to talk to you about, you're 26. So, and I hate to say this, I'm a black YouTuber. So I only deal with my content space for the most part. Don't make me racist or anything. This is just my niche. So make a long story short, Kevin Samuels passed just, out the blue. And there was a void in that market. So you saw the rise of Andrew Tate at the time, which he was already doing pretty good. Then you saw the rise of just a lot of different people filling the void at that time. Fresh and Fit podcast, they were already doing well. They got even more popular. Then Just Pearly Things came. So Just Pearly Things was running what we consider a live stream podcast setup. What we do is pre-recorded. But she does a live stream podcast, which entails like a Black Magic ATM mini switcher, bringing in different guests. And typically it's similar to Fresh and Fit in that you have women coming in there from London. And it was a good place to go because London is hot and they didn't have a real podcast that was at this level. So she took that infrastructure and system to London. And then, but the difference between her, I would say like Fresh and Fit, almost the entire cast is African. So you have.
So you guys remember Fresh and Fit? They try to cancel them too. You guys remember this? They were going in talking, oh man, these black immigrants, because, Fresh and Fit, they are not the quote unquote ADOS. They are black immigrants. I think Fresh is from Barbados and Fit, Myron, he's Sudanese. So they try to cancel those people too. So like, it's not only about white people. You cannot trust the blacks. They tried and failed. You know, they tried and failed. So now they are going to use the African card to try to make, you know, it's like, oh yeah, most of the worker, you know, her employees are Africans. Why would that be a problem? Your employees here in Uganda are Africans as well. So there's no difference. But I'm sure he's going to say, oh, I'm black, but you're still an American. Just like Just Pearl is an American. No difference.
Have more of the colleagues working with her that are black. One of them in particular is a brother by the name of Sarwar Garvey. Now, Sarwar Garvey was already popular in the black London YouTube space before. So she reached out to him before coming to London. So when they came and started the podcast together, it was his fan base also that was supporting her. So she literally built the fan base off of this guy's channel, part of it at least, right? Mm-hmm. So he was, she was like the business person. He was like the, and he was like the, you know.
So you see how he's having a hard time even explaining this. You see how, because he doesn't know how this would be received. Like literally, I'm sure these people are thinking to themselves, dude, you're doing the same thing. And Mimi, you're right. Just a few months ago, O'Shea was loving it, supporting Tariq, quote unquote, roasting Africans while he's in Africa, right there in Uganda. So it is time for, you know, people to recognize things for what they really are. Sure, yeah, we're gonna enjoy the YouTube space whatsoever, blah blah blah. But don't be fooled. Don't be fooled.
Contribute to the content space.
Yeah.
Anyways, make a long story short, the almost all her team that works for her on TikTok is just like our team.
Yeah.
Everybody's here is African except for Dima. And if you want to say SBK, who's African American,
yeah,
and Maintain, who's Caribbean. But everybody was from like Nigeria, King Riches, a guy named Blessing. So started generating a lot of money, a lot of revenue. Then, but talking about dating topics on YouTube tends to get boring. So you saw her trying to shift into something that was a little bit more right wing, right? Mm-hmm. So it comes to a situation where she had Nick Fuentes, which is a white supremacist mixed with German and Hispanic, which is crazy because how are you a white supremacist mix those two things? Mm-hmm. But anyway, she brought him there.
Because see their understanding of even ethnicity and who is completely off. You know, Italy, if it's because of ideology, Italy, it's during the Second World War, was on the side of Germany. It was run by Mussolini. It was a fascist government, just like Germany. So they were on the program. But again, this Nick Fuentes wasn't born in that era. You know, he wasn't born there. But yeah, Italy, Astros, you're right. Italy is the birthplace of white supremacy. But I don't think they know this.
He's kicked off the internet first for hate speech. And then I can play maybe some of the clips like right now of what he's accused of. And then we'll come back.
The argument was the Holocaust was not special and all countries have done that.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
so you're saying, why is the Holocaust special?
Yeah, basically.
Oh. What do you mean basically?
Well, yeah, I mean, because of course, you know, we're getting into the details of it, but yeah, that's the gist.
Yeah, I mean, but you kind of deny it happened.
I deny some of the parts of it.
You deny parts of it don't seem realistic to you. You think they're embellished upon.
I think they're embellished, yeah.
The same way. This sounds... Okay.
So guys, where's the problem here? Who is going to say what he's saying is not true? You guys want to tell me that some of the parts were not exaggerated? You want to tell me you believe every story, everything they told you? He's a human being. He is entitled to that opinion. He's entitled to not believe in like, this is just common sense. Yeah, sure. You know, he's not saying this did not happen. Yes, it happened. But is it exaggerated? Sure. There are parts that are exaggerated. That's every story like this. That's every story like this.
Gosh.
Oh boy.
They're gonna get in trouble. This sounds similar to the slavery stuff too, because that's literally the founder of, or the guy who made Roots said, I wanted a myth for my people to live by. So they often, but that's what they do, is they embellish. And I'm not trying to say it wasn't horrible, it was,
right,
but they want to make it like more horrible so that they can control people. I was like, STEM, no. They all said I was crazy. Who's laughing now? Who's laughing now? Austin.
Well, but you're very industrious.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that would like to be a YouTuber because they'd like people to care about their opinions and like what they ate for lunch and, things about my life that just make sense or whatever. But how many people can make a company and deal with the things you deal with, like recruiting and, because I mean, not on the same scale as you, but I do things and it's tough. It's a business. It's fun not in front of the camera, but behind the.
He's 100% correct. Like, I don't run podcasts like they do, but he's right. Just to run a YouTube channel, bringing you guys the shows, putting everything together, it's not an easy job. So this woman, shout out to her, turning this into a big company, because YouTube is a business. In fact, they're absolutely correct about that.
Scenes, it's a business, and that is a German attribute, to be industrious. I'm Italian. The only times I'm on time for things is when I get the time wrong, when I think I'm supposed to be there way earlier than I'm actually supposed to be there. Because I thought I was supposed to be here at 3.
Oh, really?
That's why I texted you. I texted you I'm on my way because I thought I was already 10 minutes late.
So you notice, right? He told the truth. Like he said, yeah, because Italians, I guess they are also, on CPT time, they are late, right? So let's continue where they're going to pretend that the blacks are going to pretend to step in. Here's what we need to let them know. They need to stop making themselves the representative spokespeople for Africans, because they do not like Africans. They don't understand Africans. Just because, you feel emotional and touchy, don't use Africans as your scapegoat to get at white people. Simple.
When I was leaving.
Yeah, well, it's okay. Blessing was more late African.
Well, he's black.
Yeah.
Basically that.
So Blessing is right there. Sounds like he's Nigerian. So clearly, you say, yeah, Blessing too is usually late. So all these people, they're just friends. They're joking around. It's not like, she's sitting there, oh, Blessing is such a lazy person. Blessing was probably laughing. So the blacks took that and they're talking about him, the African. Now, all of a sudden, they are Africans again. They're going to pretend that this is their fight.
A particular clip is, number one, her kind of denouncing slavery. Like, she not denouncing, but saying that, okay, slavery wasn't as bad. And then also him telling, look, you're dating a black guy, so Italians don't mess with you, because one of the ladies there is dating a guy that works for her.
Yeah.
All right. So then there's a Sarah Garvey guy who comes out and says, listen, I want to tell the truth. She's giving us a bad deal. Like, if you sign to her podcast network, she takes like 70% minimum of all the profits of your channels. So it's almost like, okay, you're signed to my network, O'Shea Duke Jackson, but you do all the work and you only keep 15% of the profits, at best 30% of the profits.
Yeah.
So now what's happening is you got a lot of these blacks supporting her.
So you go to a place, they offer you a contract. It's not like there's a gun to your head. They offer you the contract. These people are freely signing this. So now what is this grown man crying about? He didn't have to take it.
Who's going to apologize to the blacks? They're saying don't apologize on one end. And then you're having a lot of blacks on the other end saying that she's wrong, she needs to be canceled. So that's kind of where we're at with the situation that's kind of going on right now with Just Pearly things.
Yeah.
But I'll let you guys kind of talk about it and what you think and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So maintain.
Yeah.
So do you guys see the hypocrisy that O'Shea is pulling off here? So O'Shea want to tell me his podcast that he set up in Uganda. He bought his equipment. He brought all that there. He's the one with the idea. So you don't think you deserve a bigger chunk of the percentage? You set everything up. You came up with everything. If that Saragaza guy had what it takes, he can just go do his own thing. He didn't have to sign with her. It's called capitalism. Just like he is in Uganda, he is not signing partnerships with the people he met over there. It's just simple. But these people have been conditioned to feel like victims as long as it's a white woman. This woman could have been 16. As long as she's as popular as she is, they will still cry. They will still cry.
Oh, Johnny.
Uh-oh. Are you freezing?
yeah, I'm freezing. I'm frozen.
Mm-hmm.
I came across her maybe, I don't know, let's say a year ago.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was the viral clip when she was talking about women with a high body count that make good partners. They're more statistically tend to cheat, etc., etc. So that caught my attention, right? Mm-hmm. You generally don't see a woman on social media with that sort of viewpoint and pushing it back with stats, etc. So that's when she first came across my radar. But I'm not really, you know what I mean? Like I saw the clips and I thought they were cool and all that, but I wasn't really into her.
Why not?
I don't know. It was just, I just looked at the clip. I was like, okay, that's cool. Okay, stats, okay, seemed to pan out, and then that was it. It didn't make me want to watch a full episode of anything she was doing. I just liked the clips. Whereas,
got it.
For argument's sake, in my opinion, podcast, right?
Oh,
you see their clips. I'm like, okay, I need to watch this whole episode.
Okay,
it makes me want to.
Yeah.
Nothing she said in the clips made me want to watch a whole episode.
Right.
But all I will say is this: if that's the demographic of her staff, and she's got someone like this Nick Fuentes guy, she's got no respect for them.
Right.
So here we go. So maintain. He circle, but he has to find something to satisfy O'Shea. Doesn't make sense. So that Nick Fuentes guy, this woman, that's her platform. I didn't hear one disrespectful thing the guy said. It is his opinion. You weren't a slave. And he wasn't even the one that talked about slavery. He was talking about the Holocaust, just in case you're paying attention. But you see how they conveniently left that part out. My point is, look, this is America. They have freedom of speech just as you do. Black people would sit there. They would refer to white people as pale skin. I even heard some of them calling this woman albino, just to try to disparage. They call white people crackers. It just shows. So it's like their insults have no impact on other people. So therefore, they want to mobilize other people to join them. They want to mobilize Africans to join into this, which makes absolutely no sense. Like, what are we Africans going to get out of, something we don't even care about? Like, what is it for us? Just because you don't like it doesn't mean we have to like it. It's just the truth.
None whatsoever.
Right.
If I don't know, is her partner black as well? I'm not sure.
She had an ex guy that was. I'm assuming that's what she's dating, which is
right. So where's the respect for them as well? So yeah, I'm know what it is. I'm not even.
So DJ Maintain is married to a white woman. So now they're going after just because she doesn't respect the person she dated. Now they are forming opinion. You notice how blacks feel like they are the only ones with opinions. They feel like they are the only ones that are allowed to have opinions. In just this one sitting, Maintain formulated an opinion that to me, is his opinion, but it makes no sense. Yeah, if you just like watching short clips of a video, all right, that's what you like. That has nothing to do with her. It has everything to do with you. Just like, people that try to tell me how to run my show. You're the one with the issue, not me. I'm running my show as I see it fit, as I like it. But you are complaining about that. But you won't go start up your own channel and do it the way you like it. But okay.
Surprised. Like at some point, you know, someone like you said, background's very affluent, like used, you know, black outrage to get props. And I'm not surprised this is all coming up now. Really not surprised at all.
Yeah.
And it's like when will we learn? You know, when will we learn? That's my opinion.
Well, from my case, it's just I didn't actually know about her. O'Shea mentioned her some time back.
Right.
Like, oh, let me do my research and just, you know, check up and see what she's doing on TikTok, because like that's why you get most short clips these days.
Yeah.
So it's like go to TikTok, search someone's name, and you find the clip. But I actually knew of the ex-boyfriend before I actually knew of her, because he does, I think, angry reactions or something like that. He's a funny guy on TikTok. So most people know of him. So I saw her clips and they were giving off, you know, pick me. No offense. I know.
So here's you bringing in a Ugandan, an African who's never been to America, who doesn't know American mannerisms, is only around you. What is an African woman doing even in a white woman's business? I don't know African women and to be jealous of white women or being a part of it. But if your boss is an ADOS, you would have to be, you know, pretend to be racist too. This is what is exhausting. The whole thing is exhausting. This woman's never been to America. She's never interacted with even lots of blacks and whites at the same time in the same country. But she has to chime in. This is the type of negativity I'm talking about. If you're in Africa, you're getting yourself indoctrinated with this mindset. Don't even bother to come to America, because you would have a hard time, because you're not going to understand your priorities. You don't understand you're dealing with very emotional people who would allow their emotions to get in their way of progress. So if you're coming from Africa or live in Africa, you want to go by emotions, it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Some people may disagree and agree with what she's saying and whatnot, but to me personally, she just gave off those vibes of, oh, like, you know, girls who want to be one of the boys so badly,
right?
Like they'll do anything to side with the men, and the boys are just like, oh yeah, all the girls, yeah. You know, it's like, oh, girls are this, like, yes, girls are really that. You know, it's like, oh yes, do this, be submissive. Nothing is wrong with submission, by the way. I'm just saying, it's just that the way she comes off, and for someone like O'Shea mentioned, she's 26, right? She has no experience. I feel like if you've not been through something, you've not experienced it to its full capacity for you to be giving off this.
Jonita, you should say that to your boss. See, I'm glad she said that. Oh yeah, he's 26. In a way, Jonita, don't you know? She literally is calling out, you know, O'Shea's immaturity. Yeah, this woman is 26. She has no experience. And he himself is like, But dude, she's calling out your immaturity and how emotional you are over a 26-year-old white woman you claim doesn't have any experience, you know, who have no experience. But I've heard O'Shea say he's minimum 40 years old or older. So what is a 40-year-old doing even trying to debate about a 26-year-old's opinion?
Advice, like what are you basing this off of? Is it books you've read? Is it what you've interacted with? You've not been through this, you know?
She's blatantly like stats driven, in terms of a personal experience, like how much has she been through?
Exactly. The same way I come on this podcast, I can't speak, you know, when we bring on some topics, like there's some topics I can't talk about because I've not been to the US, I've not been to the UK, so I can't say, oh yes.
Then why are you speaking on this?
I think that I've not been there, so I can't speak on something when I've not done it or been there. But I don't know. What do you think?
Just like I said, I'm going to pass off to O'Shea, but it's just like, when will we learn? Like something like this always happens.
So she's probably trying to compare her to their 26-year-old Ugandans, right? I get it. She might not have a whole lot of experience, but she's got some. She was able to have the sense and experience to know that if she goes to London and set up shop, she can make it happen. She's got a lot of experience in business. Okay? Yeah, if she starts driven, hey, Negroes don't seem to be bothered by that. Even Kevin Samuel, that all the blacks hail, he is stats driven too. You know, he is stats driven, It's not just, based in reality. It's stats driven. And the stats, can, like, it's not like accurate. It's just giving you an idea. But he is stats driven too. All these quote unquote, dating people, they are majority stats driven. So what are they talking about?
Happens, right? When you have someone that looks like her, you're basically into, like, I know there's these like quotes.
Guys, hit the like, get the likes up so this video can reach a lot more people.
Black Twitter, and you go into that space, right? And they never show any respect, and something always comes out down the line, always. And it's just time to protect our spaces.
So I have a few things I've witnessed. Let me just kind of talk about my experience here, even this podcast. If we all lived in London, we may never hang out or work together because we just wouldn't need to, or the States as blacks. We would be in our own cliques. You would likely be in the Ugandan community or something.
Okay. Interesting. Let me read this. Douglas, thank you for the super chat. He said, do you think O'Shea Duke Jackson regrets giving you a platform to make your fair points? LOL. I was shocked, but I agree with much what you say. Much love. Thank you. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, when I was invited there, at the time I was like, I had less than 200 subscribers, to be honest. And shout out to O'Shea. I guess he found me interesting, but he also understands what content creation is, I hope, because I'm not going digging, but things that are relevant, videos that are relevant, I react to, because this has something to do with African. But if he was just like the former videos, they just going at just Pearl and not bring Africans into this, try to confuse Africans, I wouldn't even care. But it would be weird if he regretted it, because I think his audience did enjoy my presence there. But thank you for the super chat, though. Let's continue.
Maybe be in a greater international community, but living here in Uganda, it forced us to work together as blacks, and it forced us to make each other get better. Which is kind of how it was back in, let's say, civil rights or redlining. Blacks had to live and work together. Now, blacks have, and I want to give a shout out to a guy that's getting on the heat right now, Obsidian Media Network. Blacks have the freedom of association now. They don't have to work together. So if you're a smart white person, you can instantly understand that there's a need for this sort of content with these people, but they don't even like each other enough to work together. So I'll put them together, but not something that will benefit them as a group. It will benefit just me, right? Because I know that they don't like each other, and I can play.
So you see how he's playing this out? So taking total responsibility from black people. This is what I don't understand. So this plantation, for someone to even think about themselves this way, like, for example, if I see Africans, a lot of Africans working somewhere, I don't see it as, oh, these people are being exploited. Maybe one African got the job there, another one, came, they brought the guy there. It's like, hey, the job is here, they're getting paid. You see what I'm saying? But no, now he has to downplay their job to say, oh, these people don't like each other, but it's the white woman that's bringing, them together. Okay. So are these people family? Do they come from the same village, the same town? Oh, it just so happened, maybe these people even are friends who work together. They chose to work with Pearly. Is that a possibility? So we could say the same thing about him in Uganda. So the mindset is just totally corrupt, to be honest.
My whiteness off, like white Karen or white girl, whatever. And I am a white woman that will sleep with a black man. So black people will forgive these things. And then I can play stupid when I act like I don't know what's going on. And which is what you see a lot of times whites do. Now, a lot of blacks feel because I'm married, and I don't have any problem or take any umbrage with anybody married to a mulatto or married to white, whatever. That's your discretion. And people do.
Oh, DJ Maintain is married to a white woman. So these people, what kills me is, oh yeah, even if you sleep with a white woman, they're still racist. Okay, you are a grown man. I mean, if like you're still calling this white woman racist, but you want to sleep with her, oh, I guess she wasn't racist enough to want to sleep with whoever. She's got a whole black boyfriend. A whole black boyfriend. If she's racist, who is she fooling? Because that would mean she would supposedly hate the person because they are black. So why would a free white woman, she's free to date whoever, but she just chooses to date him? In fact, even before she got popular, I heard, she dated a black guy. So that's the truth. There are some white women that are just into, dark skin. Simple. Just like Maintain here is into white women. He's married to one. There are guys who are into that, and that's their prerogative. It's a free country. It's a free country. I do not care about what other woman some guy want to sleep with. What do I care? Is he borrowing my private part to do it, or involving me? This has nothing to do with me. I could care less. But here we go.
Different things in life. That's fine. The difference is, in that setting, if somebody offends you from another group, how do you then behave? Because people would think that you're automatically compromised if you are in an interracial relationship or whatever your sexuality may be. That's what Malcolm X would think, depending on certain folks. But I'm looking at, what is that person's behavior in this situation? When this person is saying something offensive about blacks or African Americans or Africans, and then as a black person, what is your response? I'm looking at that. If you somehow try to forgive that,
what did she say that is offensive? So O'Shea don't want us to look past just what this woman said. So should Africans, because both him and Maintain, they've talked about how, like, Maintain is from London, how they used to go at it with Africans, because the Caribbeans there, I heard, back in the 80s and 90s when Africans started coming there. Because you guys know, man, the self-hate seems like from the slave backgrounds, and the hatred, they take it out on Africans. Both of them have shown hate to Africans. None of these people have stories to show you. None of these blacks have stories to tell you since they've been going to Africa. Africans have, any country, people have come out and showed them even a lick of hate. That's not how Africans operate. They show respect. They open their arms to you and welcoming. We show you that we are hospitable. But if it's about you don't forgive that, shouldn't we look into and bring up his videos? They are Sunday Rumble. They are Sunday Rumble. Let's bring some of those videos here. And a lot of you Africans that just know him now, you will be disgusted. You will be very disgusted by, what the platform was about. You guys have no idea. So I don't think him talking about this is very hypocritical, to be honest. He's just making himself look bad. All he need to do is, he's already set up his platform. He's on his way. But then he had to diminish himself by perpetrating victimhood. I mean, O'Shea is already having gray beard and everything. He's a grown man. What is he doing being butthurt by this white woman? Most of these guys secretly want to be with white women. That's the truth. And I heard her boyfriend is African. That pisses them off more. Because you see, Africans don't come with that inferiority complex, with that baggage. Like, I've dated plenty of white women, and dealing with them, I'm just a dark chocolate stud that comes in the room, plain and simple. A real man. I'm not some simp, some crybaby who is kissing white women's butt. That's not what I do. I show up, I command respect. They see me, they're like, hello there, beautiful dark chocolate. You see what I'm saying? That's how we operate. Just so you don't like dark skin, white women, plenty of white women love dark skin. So this white woman saw the dark-skinned Nigerian, Babatunde. She's like, I'm picking Babatunde over Tyrone because she's dealt with Tyrones, okay? See, most of these women are slowly. Once they date a Tyrone, they come across a real black African strong man like myself, they can never ever go back to that. They can never ever go back to that. And that's what applies to most Africans too. When they meet a real African man, I'm talking real, not some weak-knee African, diluted African, or 23andMe African. None of that. I'm talking real deal. I'm speaking from experience, y'all. I'm speaking from experience. Even the blacks, even their women themselves, I have dated them. From hood rats to the educated. They call me the hood whisperer for a reason. Because I don't put up with that. So all these talkings they are doing on the internet, guys, if I ever throw my hat in this quote unquote red pill atmosphere, the type of information I would bring, you guys have never heard this. You would see their women would go completely crazy because I don't play that. You think I'm gonna be on the internet arguing with females? You think I would do that? But they're comfortable doing this. How would the white woman care to even date you if they are seeing you cry on the internet? This is not good.
And think that it's okay. And your excuse is, well, she's giving black people jobs. Well, then my question is this: how can somebody give you a job within your own culture? Like hip hop is your own culture. Black media is your own culture. That's just like me coming here and giving somebody a job at a Luombo restaurant or selling Ugandan goods or Ugandan fabrics. How can I?
So podcast is now everything is their culture. Here we go, revert back to the culture talk. So everything is their culture. Look, I paused this right here. You see the body language here? Look at the body language. Neck straight. I mean, she's seeing the pettiness in it. He's not buying the BS. He's like, man, they're thinking, man, what the hell? Why are we even talking about this? But okay.
I give you a job and something that's your culture. It don't look good. It looks bad. Hard to do that. Now, if I'm bringing a different industry that didn't exist here, that's something that may be a little bit different. But if it's about your culture, that's bad. That's the first thing, primarily. And then the fact that, as a white woman or a white person, because they will have sex with you or marry you, that must mean they're not racist. Some of the most racist people are having sex with black folks. They are eating, they're wherever they down there and whatever down there and all kind of stuff. All right. I'm trying to keep it clean. But
sorry, mom.
So O'Shea sounds very, very butthurt here. Now he's talking all sexual acts, possibly what people engage in white women. Here's the thing. Do you guys see like he's all in his feeling? This woman is literally like Jesus. You're right. She white like Jesus. They like to go to Africans. Oh, look at them Africans who worship white people. So you see who truly worships the white woman. I mean, like when I first heard about this, the rumors of this Just Pearly thing, I was like, maybe what did she say? Guys, let me play this video. Did I play a video here yesterday of a man clearly denying slavery ever happened? Let me refresh your memory. And he is black. He is black. It's not like this white woman is saying slavery never happened. She said they embellish it, like exaggerate it. This other one is saying it did not even happen. How many of the blacks did you hear say this? Why would anyone respect their opinion on this? Let's hear our anything but African of the day. Here we go.
Please watch this video. Watch this video you're about to see. Just be patient.
The majority of African Americans that lived here were brought over here.
No,
that's
not economically sound.
What do you mean by it's not?
Did you guys hear that? So he thinks it's not economically sound. It wasn't economically sound, to be able to bring slaves from Africa. So he's denying that slavery even happened. So what are these people talking about? What are they pretending about? How many of their own people run around here talking about their Indians and all this crap? You guys remember I told you the era of this victimhood racism thing is dying, is losing all its power? We are there. If this was a few years ago, people would be all, oh yeah, what she said is foul. But now people have seen the fake outrage so many times. Like people, even most of the blacks, they're like, man, you guys go sit down, man. This ain't nothing. So they are crying, calling those people coons, sellouts. And that coon sellout too, that also lost its power. People no longer care if they call them coons. The people don't care because it means nothing.
Yeah. The white people like having. We've seen this. Look at Brazil. Brazil ain't nothing but a whole bunch of Africans and white women that came together and started having, and we see the offspring now.
Didn't O'Shea used to go to Brazil as a passport bro? Didn't he used to go to Brazil? But he's gonna blame white people on this. If we look at the passport bro videos, do we see blacks going over there? So these people just want to follow white people for cheap sex. That's just what it is. Cheap sex. I mean, because what, they're going to Brazil to study the Amazon? Is that what they're doing? What, they want to find out how many panthers are in Brazil? No. Brazil, going to Brazil, these touristic places, all of them, the bottom, Thailand, all of that is for cheap sex. Let's just call a spade a spade. He walked right into that himself. He mentioned Brazil. The passport bros are going to Brazil. We've seen it. And they're not there to read the Bible.
White folks don't have no problem marrying black people, especially the French and the English. They've been doing that for years. My DNA, as black as I am, is like 15% probably Caucasian. So I have a great grandfather that was white probably. I'm just, somebody was black now, but as you can see.
Yeah.
So as a group, we also defend, because she started saying like, she apologized at first, or at least took accountability.
Yeah.
Now she's saying she's coming after all the content creators.
Guys, O'Shea must be really super butthurt by this. When was the last time you ever hear someone like O'Shea or other blacks acknowledge their white percentage? When was the last time? So now you're telling me, oh, these white women are racist. They are super racist. To see people that are, what I've learned, the people that are considered racist most of the time, white people that they claim they are racist, they stay far away from black people or people that what they call racism is somebody not liking certain group of people. It's not only that, they just probably don't like people, period. So they stay far away from the people they don't like. If this white woman says, no, I do not date blacks. Oh, what you mean you don't date blacks? They would cry, oh, she's a racist. But you date them, you marry them, you are still a racist. You're still a racist. So white people are like, look, I don't want to deal with this. I can just go be with the real black, the Africans. I don't have to hear this crap. They see me as their wife and I see them as my husband. We just in love. But you crying, oh man, the white man, I'm suspicious just because we having sex, we doing all this. She's still racist. So there's no harmony. There's no oneness, in that type of relationship. I have known some people who are into like a Black American dates a white woman. Sometimes they would like they would try. The Black guy would even tolerate people talking crap about white women around him. If I were married to a white woman, first of all, I'm not gonna put up with that crap. You're not about to talk crap about my wife because she's white, because you hate white people. You're going to go do that someplace else. You're not about to do that in front of me. Period. It's about respect. It's not about the color. They want to, tell you, oh, look at he's disrespecting white women and people who married them. But the guy sitting right in front of him is married to a white woman. I don't know how he's putting up with that crap. So here we go.
That would include me because I got a whole bunch of videos about her. And because Blacks told her, don't apologize to these Blacks. This is what Black people telling her. Don't apologize to them. And it just lets me know how sick brothers are. Because you don't want to own your own story. So the white woman comes in and owns your story and then gives the Blacks a shitty deal. All because you didn't tell your story. Now, last thing before I'm renting. Here's what Blacks got to start to do. If you don't tell your own story, you can't get mad if the white folks want to tell it for you. Yep. And they're never going to tell it for you in the right way.
So now it moves from relationship podcast, to now this white woman is telling the Black people's story for them. For the amount of Blacks on the internet, why aren't they doing their own thing? Now he's trying to, make those guys feel less than. Okay, Jonita could say the same thing. Hey, you are not African. You are just a 23andMe African. You are inspiring me. Why should you come here and tell our story? Now I've learned how to tell the story. Maybe I should set up my own podcast. You are not one of us. You're not a Ugandan. You're not even an African. You're African descendant. Why are you here telling our story? You see how two can play that game? So, but they would put themselves in a corner, but they, ignore all the facts, ignore the hypocrisy attached to it. This is what narcissism truly is, where you don't care about reality, you don't care about, how people operate. You just want what you want, and that's it. That's crazy.
You're going to be offended, okay? Then you want to cry racist, but you won't get in the business. They will get in the business, and she runs a perfect setup. She don't know what she's talking about, but it don't matter when you know how the algorithm work on YouTube. So you can just recite something and pick me and don't have no real experience, but you'll put the money up there. A lot of Blacks don't want to take care of each other. And we want to talk about the deals she's giving these Blacks. How many Blacks give Blacks them same deals right here in Africa, right here in America? All the time. Blacks will screw you over in business deals quicker than sometimes whites will.
Yes.
But we want to cry that whites. But you know what? One thing my
O'Shea is contradicting himself. He's contradicting himself. So if Blacks are quicker to screw other Blacks over, why would you encourage people to try to? So what? People should just want to keep getting screwed over. Look, unfortunately, there are some people, it don't matter. You have family members, some of that. Yes, it doesn't mean you don't love them, but you just don't have working relationship in common. And that's totally fine. I don't have to be in a working relationship with you because you're Black or African or whatever. No. If you're competent and we work well together, I don't care. You could be an Eskimo, you could be Chinese, you could be from Mars. But as long as we're getting the job done, that's what matters to me.
My brother always taught me, you teach people how to treat you. And when people see you cheating your people out, they're going to cheat you too. She didn't go to Singapore and do that with them. She know better. But the Blacks won't even get into the business and tell the story. So now you're mad at the whites is doing it. And we can't have it both ways. We can't get mad at her for fake outrage for being racist, but you didn't want to control your own narrative whatsoever. And all of that talent in Black London, and you brothers out there, sisters out there, have the same issue that we have in America. You can't come together. You can't produce nothing. So now the white woman got to come and produce something. And then when she makes y'all look stupid out there, now you can't call her racist. But that's partly our fault too. Because we got the money and the know-how. But we didn't do it.
I didn't look at it from that angle. One angle I was thinking of why she's probably getting a lot of people saying, don't apologize, keep doing you. Because a lot of men are taking her, you know what she got viral for, like the relationship
great
advice,
point.
clip, right? And they're using these clips, right? And they are saying, look at this, look. Why should I trust you? So they don't really, it's from a selfish standpoint. That's my opinion, right? From the outside looking in. I don't really watch her that much. But I'm thinking, as a black man, why would you defend this woman that's now turns out she's not who she presented herself as?
Yeah.
And it's blatantly because you like what she's saying with regards to the, you know,
dating.
Yeah, like women are bad wives, 1 in 4 women this and one. She always got these stats, right?
Yeah.
So these guys are basically pinning their I suppose their social lives on these stats and these clips, and they don't want to lose that. That's what I feel like. That's the.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. I missed that. I didn't have audio. I fixed it.
That's the thing that pops in my mind when I think about people that work for her, defending her, telling her not to apologize, etc.
Can I ask you a question though?
Yeah.
Are these black people anti-black?
I don't think they are intentionally anti-black. They haven't gone out to be it, but the outcome is, yeah, they probably, not probably, they are.
Why?
Because they're not holding her to task. They are there with her. They see what happens on the camera, behind the camera. They know.
Guys, this is the dumbest thing. So these guys are anti-black now, according to them. Okay, let me bring in the panel real quick. Base Juldo, welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Hey, how are you doing?
Oh, I am well. Base Juldo.
Yeah.
So you see the title. I said,
yeah,
you know, fake black outrage.
Yeah.
This is the reason why Africans don't rock with the blacks.
Yeah.
What do you want to add on to this and what O'Shea is doing? Were you familiar with O'Shea's channel where the Sunday Rumble was entirely to disparage Africans? You remember that channel?
Yeah.
So what is he talking about?
So there's a couple of things that I want to say. Number one, like they have to hold themselves account because they let her in that space. You know, they let her, like, you know, they tuned in.
Right.
They listened to her. And if you don't know her history, I think she was getting, like, quote unquote mentored by Kevin Samuels. So she was already gearing up to enter into the space. You know what I mean? Like, she was already gearing up that she was going to get into the space. So the fact that she got into the space, and then, you know, there were many people that were capping for her, and many people who were, like, rooting for her that were black.
But wasn't she paying consultation fees to
Yeah,
Kevin?
I think she was paying.
Kevin was running a business.
Yeah.
This good white woman solicited the business and paid money. That's another thing. The blacks, they don't like to pay money.
Yeah.
They just want you to hand them free stuff.
Yeah.
So he helped. This woman was just helping the black men.
Yeah.
She put money in Kevin's pocket. She hired those Africans, you know. And now, do you think their jealousy is about her being in close proximity and working with the Africans? Do you think that plays a role indirectly?
Well, I think what it is, my personal opinion, this is just my personal opinion. I think the thing that really bothers them is the views that she is getting in such a short
Right.
amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like she blew up, like, you know what I mean? Like some of these channels have been on for so long, but then all of a sudden she comes along and she just like has these guests, you know, has these famous people on the shows and stuff like that. And so I think more than anything, it's more of a view thing that's more of an issue. But they're 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 masking it as like black outrage, when me
Right.
personally, I think it's mostly about the views.
Yes.
Now
Exactly, because you know the like the Black Authority.
yeah, and
When you listen to his, all you know, he was mentioned is about
yeah,
the views, and mind you, that same Black Authority,
yeah,
when Kevin was alive,
yeah,
he was going at Kevin, you know, and guess what he was going at him for? He said Kevin copied him. Kevin was stealing from him. But
right,
how did Kevin copy you and blow up more than you?
right,
That's, you know, it's like, come
yeah,
on, buddy. Like,
yeah,
if the guy can copy you and get more views than you, is he
hmm,
really copying you?
hmm,
You know what I'm saying?
hmm.
So
Now you can move on to someone else real quick, but I want to play a clip of one of the black women who have like the selective outrage. I'm gonna find this clip real quick. You can move on, but I want to say that like these black women who have this selective outrage, right? You know, you would think that they're sticking up for like black people in general, but they're even doing it for clicks and views,
of
because
course,
they don't even like their own men. So
right.
like you're not even coping like cape, and in fact they're going at their own men for like
Look,
for
all these
supporting her.
female shows, they are female shows.
Yes,
That's
yes,
why I don't understand if
yeah,
when they say
yeah,
it's relationship show, it makes me laugh. I'm
yeah,
like, which men are they trying to attract? Because
nah,
like, if any smart man, you're watching
right,
a certain group of women,
right,
right?
mm-hmm,
You a woman's, you know, quality is tested by the way
right,
they talk about their own men.
right,
So we watch this,
mhm,
and you're like, for example, Cynthia G. I watch, you
right,
know,
yeah, yeah,
Cynthia G. She said they should abort, you know, black
yeah,
male
yeah. She said
babies.
that. She said that.
You know, like
She said that. Yeah.
she talks about, like, one time I was like, she interviewed me couple years back.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't know. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know.
You know, I kind of know her in, yeah,
Right.
even I met her in person and everything,
Oh,
right?
really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh,
But she was trying to bait me to bring me into, like, to talk bad about the, you know, the
mhm,
blacks, like black
right,
men,
right,
right?
yeah,
But I didn't go for it. Like,
yeah,
but the women who were watching first, you know, they were very pissed because, like I said, I was dropping some facts. I was talking about my observation, what I've seen online, you know,
yeah, yeah,
that us African men, we definitely, majority that is saying, will not want anything to do with them, because
yeah. We don't.
you know, because they are, you know, what they're
Yeah, it's like,
exhibiting is
yeah, I
they
hate
hate
to,
their own men. It
yeah,
means
exactly.
they have real hate in
For
them,
their
because
own
see,
men.
hate, yeah, hate
Yeah.
is, you can't just fake hate.
Hmm.
You know, you look for a new person to hate.
Right. And
You
so,
know, as long as the hate is in your heart,
yeah.
you know, the person that you think you hate, when they are not around, guess what? Look
Hmm.
at the blacks. Their hating shifts. It depends on who's there. They
Right.
hate whites,
Hmm.
right? They
Hmm.
said because they hate Hispanics, but they pretend to be friends.
Hmm.
You know, they hate Asians, they
Hmm.
hate Africans.
Right.
So it's not because of certain group of people.
Hmm.
It's just, you know, they are the X factor, because
Hmm.
you are in control
Right.
of all that. You're
Right.
the one expending that energy. It's
Yeah.
all up to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I want to play something. I did find the video. So this woman, I hate to name her name. You know, I'm gonna just say her name. I don't want to say her name, but I'm just gonna say it. But she's known as Six the Goddess, and the
What's
thing
her
is,
name?
her name is Six the Goddess, and the
Okay.
thing is, she was a former sex worker. Okay, and if you go to her Instagram, that hasn't changed. That footprint will stay on her for good.
So is she a relationship guru now too?
Yeah, she's in this space
Of
now.
course.
Yeah,
Of
she's in this
course.
space, and
Yeah.
she's a single mom. And so what
Yeah.
happened
Yeah,
is,
that's
like,
that's who
like what
that's
happened.
who you want to go listen to,
Right,
a
right.
former sex worker and a
Yes,
single
yes,
mom. Okay.
yes. And so what happened is that I didn't know this, but unknowing to me, a comrade of mine told me that this woman claimed African, and then like when we found out that like she was a sex worker, we're like, hey, wait a minute, like, yo, you're trying to lock an African down, you know? Um, and they're like, nah, man, no, thank you, like, no, thank you. And so now I want to play something that she did against just pearly things that I found that was like, okay, how did
Where's the video?
I'm gonna play it. Hold on, just a minute. And I'm pretty sure this. Hold on. Let me play it.
Play.
Hold on. Let me play it real quick.
It's playing.
No, but I gotta find it though. I gotta find the exact part where she just goes at Africans. She just like trashes Africans. Like when I say trashes, she trashes us.
No, like so honestly, like there are these women.
Yeah.
I don't watch any of their videos. There's one I came across who her show is funny. Her name is Kendra G. Kendra G. She is funny.
Yeah. I found the video. Now the thing is about this woman is that she is a whatchamacallit. Like she calls herself like Nefertiti. So she like anytime.
So pretty much she's letting us know she's a witch.
Yeah, so the thing is that I don't like about like these Belejo women. The thing that I don't like about these Belejo, and we call them in our language Azabajo. I'm not going to give the meaning of that word, but we call them Azabajo. The thing I don't like about them is when they call themselves goddesses and when they say they're Nubians, because that's an insult to the real Nubians in Egypt.
Look, look. I remember, me.
Yeah.
It's just like I look at it as 23andMe African. Look, none of this, like truly, all this. I always looked at it like a costume, like to me, it's like Halloween, but they are in Halloween every day. Like they change characters. Like look at Tariq. One time he was Pan-African. He's Indian. He's a maroon. Like So it's just playing like wearing costumes, but it's just every day. Imagine somebody waking up talking about they are a queen. I'm Nefertiti. If they came from like what the hell?
Yeah, exactly. And like I was surprised that she came, because here's the thing, maybe the Africans who are working for just pearly things, maybe like they're gonna branch off eventually. Maybe they're just getting their foot in the door. You know what I mean? And they just branch off. And
Look, Africans need to pay attention and ignore what the blacks are into. They've been living with the whites here for at least 300 years plus. Right? And the internet started in front of all of us here with them and the whites. They speak the same languages. They went to the same schools, the same education system. If they cannot keep up with the whites and they say they're competing with the whites, that's none of our business. That's not our problem. Plain and simple.
And so I was surprised at the venom she had for Africans. I thought her beef was with
can you play her audio so I can have the other viewers the other speakers. Go ahead.
Let me play it.
The colonizer, who's the evil person, who's the evil one. At least just Politicians didn't say anything wrong. Guys,
hold on,
do
let
you
me
see
try to
this?
play it.
Passively insulting Africans, the way she's making
let me try to find it.
Okay, well, can you find it while I let me bring in Kidola.
Here it is.
Okay, go ahead.
That are scared to go back to their motherfucking village with no power and no Wi-Fi. We don't give a fuck.
about what they scour the internet, and we don't care.
Guys, so that's part of the insult, but I think she even mocks us even more. She even mocks us even more. Like,
yeah. Look. Here's the thing. Like she said, we are perfectly fine with that.
Yeah,
you know.
Insulting us. Hold on. There's another thing that she said that I was like, wow, man, this woman really does not like us.
The people that we.
Let me try to find it.
All right, let me bring in Kidola while you find it. Kidola, welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Thank you, bro. You hearing me?
I'm hearing you. Kidola, thank you for coming in. Kidola, are you familiar with this Joss Pearly girl and this, this racism that she's perpetrating?
I don't think she's perpetrating no racism. I don't think.
What do you think about what O'Shea and you know what? Let me just let you give your opinion because they are saying she's racist. And Kidola, this is what we in America, Africans, have always dealt with. We, remember when Judah said one of them tell him he's a sellout because he wouldn't participate in their buffoonery at work. So now they're trying to bring Africans into their shenanigans again. Now they are African again. What do you want to add on to this? Go ahead.
I found the clip too.
Go ahead. Okay, play it real quick so Kidola can respond.
You give me the best job I ever had in my life. I am able to send back money and supplies to my family for Igusi mackerel and fufu.
So she's coming at like even the cultural things now.
Yeah. Of course, they expect us.
And my thing is this. Yes, we do that. Yes, we send money back to build a house or build an apartment.
It's all jealousy. It's all jealousy.
Do that. What's your point? Like, what's your point? I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing
what she need. What is she? She want to talk about egusi.
Yeah.
Soup, right? They are jealous because they can't make egusi. What is she gonna do? Ride with her babies to McDonald's to go get some burger? Right. So someone who can't even cook, what does she even cook? You know what I'm saying? So I don't pay no attention to hood rats like her.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
It just doesn't like rule of thumb, right?
Yeah.
Like don't pay attention to them. All our African foods they talk about.
Yeah.
Is because they are jealous. What is their food? What can they cook?
Right. Like even like, and then like the thing is for me though, this is the problem I have. You're calling yourself a goddess, but you're still having the imprint of a corn star. Like I don't follow.
Well, maybe she's a porn goddess, but let's allow Kidola to drop it. We'll come. And also they go to Popeyes shooting each other there or stabbing. But go ahead, Kidola.
I don't understand. It seems like this guy live in America. These people are clowns. You still believe them, man. This is headache. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is this: I think mental health is a very big problem. What I'm saying, what I'm hearing also from them, this is a meta problem, and this meta problem actually affects nearly all of them. All of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Ghana invites these people. I said Ghana would have built the big house so that it's easy to just put something in their hand and give them a cup of water to take so that they can have a very deep sleep and bring the set back. You see, when O'Shea newly started, O'Shea hate Africans.
He still do.
He hate Nigerians badly at that time. His show is hate Africans. He was going to South Africa to say, you see, I live everywhere I go to, I live to luxury. He went to Poland. He was trying to set up something there, but it didn't work.
Right.
Why O'Shea picked Uganda? Because Uganda looked a little bit weaker where you can operate. This is almost kind of like sex advertisement, game. And that Uganda, I don't understand what concerned East Africa with slavery.
Or South Africa.
I don't understand what concerns South Africa, East Africa, Kenya, Uganda with slavery. These people don't know nothing about transatlantic, problem.
Oh no, they know. They pretend.
but they're not connected to it.
Right.
You understand?
But they want everybody, white people, everybody, Africans, they want us to be the ones to be like, oh man, this slavery, this Brazil, they brought a bunch of slaves. Haiti, all these people were, their ancestors were slaves. So what makes the America here, supposedly richest blacks, why is their slavery worse than everyone in the world? If it's not narcissism.
Yeah, now that Uganda lady is being brainwashed.
Of course.
I think before she realized, she will see herself into a point that doesn't concern her really, because she's just making some money there. She start having the talking point of that O'Shea Duke Johnson. So what I'm trying to talk about is the Africans have to know that they don't have the same meta issues like these people. You understand me? That's what I said. If you marry them, you have to. Africa is not the cool. They all rush into Africa. That God, don't be surprised. Next year you see her in Ghana trying to look for a boyfriend or husband. You understand?
Who?
That lady called the goddess, whatever that guy was playing is. They're all crazy.
Well, she's talking Igusi. She might be coming to Nigeria.
There's one that was always hating Africans until to have a Nigerian boyfriend. That one too changed. I think that she left YouTube now. They call her Flower Tower.
They call her what?
Flower Tower.
Yeah. That's why, like, I'm talking like this. There are these females that talk all this mess. I don't take them. I don't take them serious.
That will find a Nigerian boyfriend.
Yeah, I don't take them serious. You know why they talk about Africans? Because they want to be with Africans. You notice all the ones bad-mouthing Africans, once they get an African boyfriend or man, it's over.
No,
remember the one that went to Ghana? She cried about snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Then she came back to the States. She left her Pookie and went back to Ghana to marry a Ghanaian. Remember? And married a Ghanaian. But that woman, who talks more crap about Africans than her? I'm telling you, with their women, I don't take them serious like that.
I think this is a meta. This is a very big meta. Internet allows to know much about them. I told you, first of all, when I come across them first in Europe. I didn't really know nothing about them. That's just the truth. I came into their club. I came into their hip hop club at that time.
Mm-hmm.
They were wearing the white soldiers. They were not wearing military uniforms to the club, but they were wearing more like the military jacket, having an MP on it. The women wearing some kind of shoe short, and the men. So they were having more attitude at that time. And you see, when they see a white woman talking to you, they know you that you're in Africa. They will go and touch the white woman. What are you doing with this brother? What are you doing with this Jogo brother?
Yeah.
Then they will have a sign in their head. They will make a sign, almost like the mocking sign. You understand me? In their head, like, oh, it's a Jogo brother. He's not. It's not an American. So all of them, you see that they're coming to Africa, claiming Africans. They don't claim Africans in Europe. They don't claim Africans. These people are pretenders. They are a bunch of big time liars. They lie a lot. They twist this a lot. And they manipulate this a lot.
But what do you think about O'Shea trying to say this white woman is racist? And
O'Shea is playing to his gallery in America that is putting money in his pocket. You understand me? He changed. When he don't get enough money, he will go after his own people and say, "Oh, I want to be Pan-African. I want to wear this."
It's manipulation.
Yeah, it's just manipulated. Look. Africans are different. Our body temperature is different from them. So when these white people test our body temperature, they will never want nothing to do with them. In terms of everything, you understand me? In terms of everything, we don't have the same body temperature at all. You understand me? Just give an example. Let an African man hold a white woman's hands. And let a black American guy hold a black woman's hand. The temperature of that hand is totally different. The white woman.
You mean like even the body temperature of the white woman is different from the black temperature.
The African body temperature is
Yeah.
different from Black American body temperature. So when we hold these white people's hands, let Black America come and hold the white people's hand. You will see that the white woman will say, do you think it's crazy to say I like my Black African man?
Well, yeah.
You understand? You see,
Yeah.
see when white people say I like my African man, it's not just a joke. You understand? These are weak people with weak mentality, weak self-esteem, and that's how it's going to be. I have no respect for them. You know,
I have another thing to say about Just Pearly things. Now, yeah, you know, I never really was a big fan of Just Pearly things. You know, I never really like tapped into her like that. But there's other videos that show that she's like liking the culture, talking about jollof rice even. You know, she's even talking about like jollof. So
these
like
are
the fact that she's talking about jollof is just telling you that she's like maybe having some appreciation. And then another thing too.
these are people. These are people. These are people. I hope next year Ghana should build that big house.
No,
So
but
that-
then another thing I want to say too, another thing that I want to say as well is that Tariq Nasheed, for all his anti-African, anti-Caribbean hate and anti-Black Latin hate, he was a passport bro back in the day. He went to Brazil lots of times.
You
And
cannot
like,
compare. You cannot compare an African man who went physically with people who put their tongue in something else. You know what I'm saying? You
yeah.
cannot compare an African man
Yeah.
who go physically strong with people who put tongues in total different things. Pancake tongues. You understand? It's total different thing. How can you compare that with an African man? You want to compare an African man who goes strong with people who have to use tongues to do things that are not supposed to be done with those tongues.
Yeah,
You eat with your tongues and your mouth. You don't use it to do something else. You understand?
So Kidola, look at Antnam. He's from Nigeria. He's attacking you. He said Kidola is the worst. He got a Becky in Nigeria. What a joke. so he said, Kidola. So Pan-Africanists and others, they're saying that you are a fake doctor about the body temperature.
No. Let's be
they said you're being a fake doctor.
Okay. Let's be honest. If put a Black American guy down, then put an African guy down. You understand me? Let's see the body temperature. Then let the foreigner choose. Even we have sometimes similar type of skin color. Who they will go after? Is the African in everything. In everything. They should stop eating pancake and sugar straw. That's just the truth. You know
the what?
They should stop. I said they should stop eating pancake with sugar straw.
Oh yeah. I mean, and Popeye chickens. You know what?
Chicken.
You know, like that could change one's temperature. You know.
Yeah. So I'm saying the truth because what you see now is majority of them don't like us. Anybody can pretend to be, I'm African too. That's just a game. They just playing this card. That's what when they go to African, when they come back, they South Africans a lot. They just one that went to Ghana and South Africa.
Well, there was one.
South African men. That South African men lose their teeth.
Well, there was one woman who went to South Africa and she was just trashing the South African men. She trashed every South African man. No doubt. Not only did she trash like the native South African men, she trashed even the expats, the African expat South African men. She just went in on them. I'm like, God, like,
yeah. I mean, you can take those chicks serious. They're just angry because you can take them serious.
Yeah.
But yeah. But let's bring in Mac. Mac, are you there? What's up, Chaotic?
What's up, man? I seen that you have white opinions, and it's anything white, and it's anything white. I come to the panel, but I'll come to your panel anyway.
Okay, we'll get to you in a second. We'll get to you. J Mac, go ahead, J Mac. J Mac. I don't know what happened to J Mac. Let's get.
Everydamus, real quick. You got to start telling these spirit checkers to start getting on camera too, man. But go ahead.
Are you starting a fight already? But we'll come to you. We'll come to you in a second. Wait, let's get LA Thorn the Martian. LA, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, man. And as far as temperature is concerned, honestly, I don't know. Look, I'm from New Jersey, and a lot of people, who are from the South, they say they can't freaking hack it up here in New Jersey with the freaking, winter time. I'm perfectly fine. Like they say, 55 degrees is freaking freezing. I'm like, no, that's perfectly fine.
Well, Kidola said the body temperature is even different. So
I personally think that is just due to the acclimation of where you're from. Because, if you were to go from, say, like South Dakota in the wintertime to, say, Dubai in the you're going
you know what what Kidola said. Now that I think about it, seeing these black women walking around in their sweatpants and shower caps, Kidola is onto something about this temperature thing.
I mean,
I might have to study this.
I don't know. Maybe because maybe the fashion sense has been knocked completely out of us. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Let's bring in Fruit Loops.
Hey, Aphrodamos, how you doing?
I am well. No Fruit Loops, welcome. What do you want to add on to this No Fruit Loop on the video here?
Well, first of all, I have to agree with Kidola. The tongue is made to do certain things and not other things. It's meant to help you talk. It's meant to help you eat. It's not meant to go downtown, wherever that is. So, everybody, this is what's going on a lot in the Western world, and don't adopt it. It's nasty as hell. But as far as what's going on in the video, that in the past couple weeks, I think it is, I sent you like one or two things about Pearly things. I can't see anything of all the things that people are saying about her on what she says from the things that I'm following that is wrong. Now, the only thing that I can come up with everybody's mad at her about, supposedly, is that she's there to make money. And that's evidently clear.
Right.
And then you have a lot of FBAs that are like, complaining about other FBAs. Why are everybody, and bringing up O'Shea and stuff like that, making 19 videos per day for a whole month about this one particular woman, right? It's all about the money. It's obsessive. We have another gentleman in California that was also talking about it. Says, this is crazy. And O'Shea Dookie Jackson, as he likes to call him, he's probably the first person that came up with the name, Kid Organic. This is an obsession with, one, making money, two, being butthurt, and three, who knows what the hell is going on.
But why do you think, are you surprised to see him now, trying to bring Africans into this shenanigans that Africans don't even care about? Like, what do Africans don't care about what some 26-year-old white woman is talking about it?
Exactly. And this is all gaslighting by people like O'Shea. It's like he's got to bring Africans in when it's convenient for him and other people like him. It's like, oh, she's hiring Africans, but she's a racist. But how can you prove she's a racist based on the things that she's talked about with other people on her panel?
That's a good point.
Prove it.
He can't prove it. He hasn't said anything that we can prove. So yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Go ahead. Next? Yes, you are next. Then we have Al. Go ahead.
Right, because I was on this panel before they came. This is a thing, right? I want to thank KOD Truth. He came and said, people that want to be coming on this panel, they at least need to show their faces. We need to know who we're talking to, right? And in some certain discussions, at least everybody has to be open, so people should actually trust and see who they are talking to. Now, what is happening in Africa? I watched that lady video in one panel, and
The white
I'm not gonna.
the white lady.
Oh, not the white lady, the one that was talking bad about Africans and
Oh, the
other
one that
things.
Bass Juldo was playing.
Right, right.
Oh,
I've
okay.
watched, somebody sent it to me. I've watched it. I don't have a problem with it. And this is the thing that is wrong with African people, right? They focus more on what people are telling them,
No,
or
no one,
focus. I
no,
mean,
no, Judah, no one is caring about what she's
right,
saying. He's just giving
right.
an example.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're just making the point that we really could care less about
The only
what she's.
reason
Right,
Yeah, it's not
right,
like we're just making a point that
right.
all these shenanigans, we don't care about it.
the
Exactly,
only
Yeah.
exactly. We have moved past these things way
And
back,
Judah,
no
Judah,
the only
Judah, the people are calling you out. They said you're
no
talking about being on camera. They said you're not even on camera.
well the
Wow,
only reason
I've come on
That's
several panels. I've come on several panels and make myself known. I've shown myself on
I mean,
several panels,
yeah.
So I've come on this panel before and actually talk one on one with video. So I'm not hiding
So,
myself from
so,
anybody.
so,
Go
Judah,
ahead.
what do you think about Because you and I have talked about this on here. We even made it
Right,
clear that we didn't care about this relationship talk that this white woman is giving them. But
right.
O'Shea is trying to make it, adding Africans into this.
This
Do we care about this? Why is he trying to bring Africans into this mess?
and this is they taking this is the thing, right? When it's good with them, they don't bring African in. When it's
Right.
not good with them, that is when they bring Africa, right? It's a mindset that I think Africa should look. I'm not gonna say we are one. We are not. Kidola make a statement, right? We have a different mindset. We might look the same in color, but
And also, okay, go ahead. And
even in
also, Judah,
America.
you are in Utah and you've lived in like you're in sundown town, but you've lived in gundown town, and
Yeah, right.
uh, you know you've held some Mormon female hands, and you've also held some Boquisha hands. Have you noticed any difference in temperature there?
Look, Afridemos, there's a lot of difference between FBA ladies or FBAs and and snow bunnies or
No,
white
but
people. And
wait,
this is fact.
you notice body temperature difference too?
The body temperature, you actually have a cool head when you come home, with a white person than having a cool head when you live with. There's always screaming, there's always chaos, there's always like the environment is different, like in bro, I'm not gonna tell you. And it seems like Africa, right?
So I'm guessing so because O'Shea is saying this white woman is racist. Did you see any
No, no, no,
racism?
no, 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 no. This is the thing. What African Americans consider as racism in America. When I came to this country, right, I never knew what was racism till I came to America. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yes, have I experienced racism. Look, every person wants to protect their own people. A black person in America, let me talk, man. Who is talking when I'm talking? I've faced racism from even black Americans than even white people. The way they discriminate you at work is some kind of racism. They treat you different because you don't speak. It's some kind of racism. But they will tell you, oh, black people they do not do racism because they don't have the power. It's not all about power that makes you racist. You can have a little money and still be racist on somebody, you know, and that's just a fact. And look, like I tell you, man, I'll go closer to white people in this country, and that's why I moved to Utah, because the people that I have around me are white people, and they don't look down on me. They most of them want to exploit Africa. They don't have no problem doing it. They don't have no problem talking down on my food. They don't do that. They respect me, and that's what I like. And these are the people that I feel comfortable doing business, right? I asked an African American, I say, if you were adopted by white parents, and we always know most black people are always getting adopted by white people anyway. If you were adopted by white parents, and out of a sudden your brother that is white because he got adopted, right? And he got into a fight with black people, what are you gonna protect? Are you gonna protect the black people that attack the white guy that is your brother because you got, I mean, or you're gonna protect the black people that you have the same color? He said no, he's gonna protect the white guy that is his brother because he's adopted. And that's, you know,
You know you're being long. You're long in it. You're long in it.
Al, you stop it. Let me finish my statement. That's why Afidemus is giving me the floor to talk.
No,
Because
Judah,
I have,
Judah
you
is
know,
not Al. It's Dart messing with you. Dart, leave him alone. Don't
okay.
pick on.
Right.
You know, it's not Al. Al did not mess with you. Al is
Okay.
completely mute.
I mean,
So
they are all in the UK with similar voices, you know.
no, but he's been nice. He's not. He didn't. Al is muted. He's waiting his turn. But if you can get to it, then we can get to Earl.
Oh yes, yes. This is a thing, right? But this is the thing. Africa. You see, you have people that are moving into Africa, and they are causing problems between Africa and white people that are coming in. They are making Africans to believe that, oh, white people are racist, and this is what happened in Ghana. Now, Ghana, this is the thing. The people that used to go to Africa and bring tourist money were mostly white people. The blacks that are coming do not have money to spend. Now, if they start making Africans on the continent to see white people as the enemy, Africans are gonna lose a lot of money. Their economy is gonna crumble because these black people that are coming in cannot close the vacuum. They are not. They just talk, but there's no action behind it.
So O'Shea, you don't think O'Shea wants to be big like the white woman? And
oh man, come on, man, come on. One day what they are showing you on YouTube is nothing, man. These guys behind the scene, you know, it's just come on, bro. If you take these guys serious, then you are gonna be the one to jump in a deep hole because they don't have no money. Out of America, they don't have nothing. All they are good is talking, and only these Africans in Europe, these guys are gonna believe them that they have no. And if you believe in these people, and then the white people stop coming in your country, and then your economy crumbles, and then that's it. You become from third world maybe to a Z class, and that's what you're gonna find yourself in. I'm done.
Thank you. Al, you're up. Al, go ahead.
Good evening, Dynasty. Good evening, everybody in the platform. Including Judah. Judah, it's funny to hear Judah. The biggest.
Hold on a bit. I'm going to step out. Hold on.
Wait. Who's interrupting?
This is Darth Malchus.
Darth. It's Al's turn, Darth. Can you allow?
I gotta ask a question. I'll ask a question again. Afdamus, why did you say before that Senegalese people are not the same as Gambians? Because I'm in Senegal at the moment, and I don't understand.
My guy.
Oh, is that the guy?
Hey, go ahead, Darth. We're not on that topic. Go ahead, Al. Please.
Oh Lord, why is he running away?
Go ahead, Al.
In that hilarious to hear tribal bigots, actually spend a lot of time blabbing about people, generalization and racism. It's quite rich, isn't it, Afrodemus? This is what happened. You see, people that generalize, yeah, and picking on groups, yeah, are weak-minded, right? They have no IQ. Yeah, they claim to have IQ, but they do not. This is exactly what happened in the Second World War before, when Hitler started doing his stuff, right? So what happened is he was speaking on the Gypsies, and the Jewish people are like, nah, he's all right. I'm not Gypsy, right? Can you mute that fool for a minute? Let me talk, right? And then
he's in the back. Darth, you're in the back. Since you're not letting the man talk, I gotta put you in the back. Go ahead, Al.
Excellent. So
anyone that interrupts anybody, I gotta drop you in the back, guys.
Fact. So Hitler went for the lighter darker Jew, and the darker Jews they're like, nah, I'm all right. I'm I'm not a brown skinned Jew. I'm a light skinned Jew. Then he started going after the Jew with certain color eyes. So it does not stop. When you give bigots or racists chance, to actually bully around, they will actually go for anyone that they think is weak. So, it's just a bottom line. Simple as that. So it's a message for everybody on this platform, everywhere else. Yeah. Just because you're white, just because you're black, just because you actually fit into certain category, doesn't mean, you're bad. There's good and bad
So
in all race. All
do
people.
you think the white woman is racist?
The white
According
woman
to Oche?
The white woman came over there to do her stuff. As I think, what's his name? Is that Base Julder? He actually, I think he did hit the nail. I think it's kind of jealousy because obviously she had more views and she just come over there and obviously taking their views away. So for that reason, they're bound to be jealous, right?
Right.
So
Yeah,
it's like
but no need to look. These people clearly they get more views than me. They have more subscribers than me. But you don't see me be jealous. I'm just doing my thing. I believe in longevity. It's the experience, the journey is what is relevant.
And also,
like if you're running a marathon, right?
Yeah.
You take it slow. You pace yourself. Just let all these people keep running fast.
That's right.
Do you watch those long distance runs in the Olympics?
Yeah.
You see how you would see some of those people in the front, but in the last round, you see the Kenyan or the Ethiopian just smoke people.
Exactly.
That's what life is.
Exactly.
O'Shea himself said this woman reached out when she was like, only 15K people. He said he didn't accept the invitation.
Yeah.
So now she's at over 1 million. It sounds like obviously she came and surpassed you. That's just how life works.
People are so.
It's not about black or white.
Exactly. People are so double standard. I mean, we had some guy just now that was insulting me that came right to the end of a great show that we was having the last time. Yeah, he was actually came in directly trying to pick on based on tribalism and origin and such thing. And now when I expose him, he saw me and coming in the panel, he's trying to run away, right? Who do you think it was? The guy that just came off, right? The guy that
let's not do the tribalism.
No. But I'm just saying. Now he's been exposed. He don't want to be in the panel as me.
Who?
The guy that you just muted.
No. Let's not do the tribalism. But let's bring in Dart to say his point.
Thank you,
okay.
Brother. Thank you.
All right, Dart, you are up. Dart, let's stick with the topic here. Like what would
the topic? At least the one thing I can say is the stupidity of black people to ever think they can relate to a white woman telling them about their things and all that stuff. To go to a white woman to consult your business, I don't understand that, thinking that you're going to relate with them. So I don't. For the black manosphere, I don't blame it. For those who go out there listening to that bullshit from that lady, is he saying anything different? I don't know. So I don't have time for that rubbish and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not in that realm. I don't deal with that realm and all that kind of stuff. I think it's silly to go look for advice from white people about.
But what do you think about O'Shea trying to make it seem like trying to bring Africans into what their feelings are hurt over? What's this have to do with Africans? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it comes with that. She employs Africans and all that kind of stuff, so they have this feeling that Africans are a bit unawares of what's happening and all that kind of stuff. So they've been used and all that stuff. But I do think it's a bit playing it.
No. But don't you think that's their narcissism? Do they honestly believe they know better than African who planned and came on their own to the Western world? Do they think they know better than that person? Oh, hold on. Let me give a shout out to Happy Companion being in the house. I see you there, Happy Companion. It's been a minute. Go ahead.
Well, if you look at it holistically, there is a sense of narcissism that comes with Black Americans' attitude towards Africans. Holistically, there's a narcissism. We understand that. But in this case, there is a case to say there's some idiot black Africans that work for this stupid lady and all.
But how are they? How are they idiots?
They if they knew any better, they will know not to be working with this lady and all that stuff. They will
But
probably
what is your reason?
What is the reason? Because
What is
obviously
your reason that what makes them an idiot? Do you work for white? Do you have ever worked for white people ever?
Listen, it's not about working for white people or
Then
not.
what is the problem here?
What the problem is, if the lady is outwardly expressing some kind of reduction of your own pain and suffering or reduction of your history, then that lady is not somebody worth working for.
What did she? Hold on. So she spoke her opinion, and which is no. That if you don't feel inferior as an inferior being, nobody can reduce your own who you are. No. That is in fact not true. What she said. Hold on. Do you do you want to tell me everything? All these atrocities, the things they said about racism, like slavery and the Holocaust, you want to tell me this is true? You want to tell me everything about it is true?
Well,
is that what you believe?
Is it true or is it not true, Afrodamus?
No. I'm asking you. Do you believe that everything they said?
The racism is true and all that stuff. You can't.
Okay, explain to me. Explain your version of racism to us.
You experience racism every day where people have preferential values over their own race. In fact, they go outwardly to kill black Americans, kill black people, and all that. That is racism.
Wait. You said who is killing who?
Stop playing with semantics.
Wait, no. I'm asking you. No, you said black.
But you know what
wait. You one at a time. So you said something. Let me make sure I hear you correctly. So black person killing black person. You saying that's what the racism is?
No.
Okay. Who's killing who?
I'm saying white people historically persecuting, discriminating, being prejudiced and killing black people over history, over a period of time. That is fucking racism.
Really? Okay. Wait. Okay. So you mean if people kill other people, that's called hate?
Yeah, that's
just hate, right? That's just hold on. So for example, in Africa, right? African countries where there's civil war, people killing people, chopping off people's hands, their heads, what would you call that?
Yeah, that is savagery. Obviously, that's some savagery, but
it's hate, right? Isn't it hate, right? So name right now.
It's a savagery.
So are you trying to imply to us that white people are killing blacks? Is that what you're telling us?
Hold on, Afrodamus. It is every human beings are capable of savagery, but when savagery
let
me talk.
Because don't do this. Hold on. Don't do this, please. Please, let's stick with the topic. I don't want to enter all this. No, hold on. Just hold on. Give me just calm down. Stay with the topic.
Yeah.
All I'm asking you, right? This woman, she gave her opinion saying, just like slavery is embellished, meaning is the meaning of embellish, right?
I don't know. Explain it to me. I don't get that.
Meaning over exaggerated.
Is that so? Okay.
Over exaggerated so that they can control people. You do understand that, right?
Right. Can I just respond to this boy? And
okay, so what the other guy is saying, literally, I've played videos of blacks who literally denying their whole entire history because they say slavery they didn't even come from Africa. There was no slave ship, none of that. They are saying this, right? Who is diminishing? Who is diminishing who?
Look, that what I get what you're saying. I fully get what you're saying. But
And
you cannot take one stupid
these
opinion
people, this
and
woman,
compare-
hold on. This woman did not. Okay, why doesn't this white woman have the right to speak on that when these people? This is what they use. This story. This is what they wait. This is what they use against white people and everybody to control them. Why wouldn't people look into that? Do you not see the problem here?
Okay, I see the problem, Aphrodamus. I do. I do see the problem, Aphrodamus, and I think it is wrong for them to approach her for her opinion. I think it's silly to approach her. If you approach someone for your opinion, of course they will give their opinion. I'm just saying, this black monosphere, they should not approach her for her opinion anyway, because you will get her opinion and it will be stupid and it might be discriminatory. They shouldn't have approached her for her opinion.
That I'm glad Supergirl went and wrote the exact meaning of embellish, right? Because let me put this up, because I know even Negroes here don't know the meaning of words, especially an African Negro like you, right? Says embellish. Embellish says make a statement or story more interesting or entertaining by adding extra details, especially ones that are not true. So you don't think these stories that's happened in them?
Supergirl explained it. At least Supergirl explained it more.
You came here. See, I thought you knew the meaning. You didn't tell us you don't know the meaning. You didn't tell me you don't know the meaning, right?
Aphrodamus, your focus on the meaning of a simple word when we're talking about a topic, that is very low level, right?
No.
At least he explained the meaning of the word better than you.
Hold on. The word itself is what is in the center of it. That's what gives the meaning. If you don't even know the meaning, why? Hold on. Wait a minute. You're making arguments based on a word that was used. Turns out you have no idea what this word even means.
I never said the word. I never used the word.
No, but that's the word. I kept repeating the word.
You use the word. I don't use words that I don't know the meaning of. You use the word.
You should have asked. That's what the word, that's the exact word.
I did ask and you didn't explain it very well. Supergirl explained it very well.
I explained it in your layman term.
Aphrodamus, anyways, never mind. The question I want to ask you today, Aphrodamus, why did you say that Senegalese are different from Gambians? That I want to understand that, because I'm in Senegal at the moment, so I want to understand what you were thinking at that time.
As Senegal and Gambia are not the same country. Are they the same country?
They're not the same country, but one.
Okay, so what is your point? Senegal and Gambia are not the same country. Because that is the truth. Because they are not the same people.
Is it on an ethnic level or on a national level?
Sir, it is not the same people. Simple as that. If you're in Senegal, you're in Senegal, when you get to Gambia, or when you're at the border, or you're down there in Senegal, okay, you're right there, look around you, talk to the people, find out, you will know if it's the same or not, if it's the same people or not.
All the Senegalese look like Somalians now, Aphrodamus. What's happening? They look like Somalians. They're all wearing that fucking headscarf and all that shit, bro. It's bucket B, bro.
Yeah.
They look like fucking Somalians.
Well, we'll let you give us updates on another day on that. But I didn't create it. I'm just speaking on what is factual, because I know
this guy is really confused.
I know when I was driving going into Senegal, I know for a fact that obviously, I was seen as a foreigner. It's different protocols, everything is different. So yeah, we might speak Wolof, that still means nothing. That's my point. They speak French, we speak English. They speak French. Hold on. They speak French. We speak English. Even our Wolofs are not even the same. So, like, what are you talking about?
Just like Sierra Leone and Guinea, they're English country, and we're English country, they're French country, but we are the same people because we actually,
like that. Are you Senegalese?
Tribes.
Me, I'm a mix of everything, man. I'm just feeling, I'm getting weird Somalian vibes in this country. I don't know. I feel like I'm meeting Somalians everywhere I go, like with the headscarves and all that stuff.
Well, it's a Muslim nation. It's a Muslim nation.
Well,
Gambia is the same way.
I mean, you come into the UK, living in a Christian country. Do you complain about that?
Yeah. So that you are so obvious. You're acting like a British,
But that religion needs to be banned, man. We are importing all that face coverage from all this Saudi Arabia and stuff, man.
All right.
That's not
Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Let's go to JMac. JMac, go ahead. JMac, are you there? Unmute yourself.
Guinea, Sierra Leone, we have the similar tribes in Sierra Leone and Guinea. Is that
I don't know what happened to right.
Afrodemos, is that right or not? Wrong? We
right.
Tribes. Okay, thank you.
Right. Okay.
But does that mean you guys are the same people?
Yes, almost same people. Yes.
Okay, here, guys. I'm gonna do the round, so we do our closing statements here. Base Juldo, go ahead, Base Juldo.
Yeah, just thank you for this, like making the panel again about this. I don't know what your future shows will like hold, but maybe we should do a show about like how the double standards of these Western Keishas engaging in tourism. You know what I mean? Like that's
right.
A future show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. All right. LA Thon, go ahead.
Yeah. First off, Afrodamus, I want to thank you for having me on your platform, man. And I just wanted to add this one thing that's in the prior conversation is that you can have an example of like you have two barbers. You have both the same skill level, same experience, and all that. You have one barber who works 4 hours and does 5 clients, and you have one who works 12 hours, and has 15 clients. The one who works the longer hours and has more clients is going to outwork the one who doesn't.
This is true.
And it just doesn't seem to dawn on a lot of Black Americans. I'm a Black American, to be honest with you, and it doesn't dawn on that people from other nations have a different culture, a different work ethic than people who are native to here. If I were to go to, say, Gambia or Kenya or Egypt, if I were to start a business there, the people who already exist there have a home field advantage on me.
Mm-hmm.
As far as knowing the culture, knowing who where to source, whatever, where to get, who to contact for a bank account, you know what I'm saying? Or like maybe someone who knows how to do something that's critical to my business, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's important to establish, friendly relations with other people who may not be of your background, who may not be of your, even your skin color, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know who they might have contacts with, who might they be able to help you, and in return, you help them, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely right. You're right. There's nothing wrong in expanding your circle. Like if you just limit yourself with, race and skin color, I think you're limiting yourself to, real opportunity of meeting wonderful people. But thank you, LA, for coming.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
All right, we got No Fruit Loops. Go ahead, No Fruit Loops.
Yeah, I wanted to expand a little bit, like, looking at just Pearly things and what people have been talking about, how she runs her business. It looks like to me is that she gets along with Africans, so she's going to hire Africans, and that's okay. But I don't think it's just for that. I think she's looking for people and hiring people to do what they do who are qualified for the positions that they're working. So she has a group of editors. I also heard that she has some marketing people, and stuff like that. So she's finding people that already know how to do it, not something that where she has to train them to do it.
Exactly.
So therefore, I see, I don't see jealousy coming from FBAs, when they're talking about her, when they're talking about these things about her. What I'm hearing from them is envy about this. So she's got a whole network set up. Sounds very well organized. Sounds like that she knew how to run an operation like this prior to coming to YouTube. And so if she went to college for that, fine. If her father taught her how to do that, fine. If some friend of a friend taught her how to do that, fine. It's okay. The thing is that it doesn't seem to me that the Africans that are working for her are complaining, and the people that are going into contract with her, well, again, there's no gun held to their head if they're going to do a 70-30 split or 85-15. It's up to them if they actually want to take that or not. So, honestly, I might not take that, but some other people will, and they might find it beneficiary to them. So therefore, if you're going to complain about it, why complain? I think what people should do, and they're in a great position to do it, a lot of these content creators with these panels, is to expound on the topics that go after the topics that she's talking about, expound on it and bring it into your own. And I bet you anything, you're going to get a lot of people watching and debating on that particular topic that she's talking about, instead of going after over envy, from what I can see. Because I really, like I told you, Afrodamus, I really didn't care for her when I saw her a while back. It's just, I just wasn't interested. But people had a lot to say. And so I actually looked into what they were saying. I really could not find what they were saying to be true. So therefore, I have to make my own decision and say, it's all envy, and that's just the end of it.
Thank you, No Fruit Loop. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
All right, let's go to Al. Al, go ahead. Closing statement. Al, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, closing statement. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Afrodamus. But first of all, my brother Mal, I'm sorry to disappoint you. There's only few tribes in Guinea that's in Mali. That's the Fula, Soninke, Malinke, and that's it. But all the tribes in Sierra Leone are part of the Limba. They are actually from Guinea. Sorry to disappoint you, bro. So you cannot connect Mali to Guinea more than you can connect Mali to Sierra Leone to Guinea. But yeah, what our problem is, black people are so double standard and pure hypocrite, and pure jealousy and envy is drowning them through their sorrows every single day. It's embarrassing for them, right? This is a great example of it. It's that envy and jealousy and so on. Anything better than them, they hate it. Anything that's growing, they see that's actually doing well, they want to bring it down. Yeah. So as long as we have this mentality, yeah, we're doomed. That's all I got to say, brother.
Thank you.
All right?
Thank you very much.
All right. Welcome.
All right. J-Mac, go ahead, J-Mac. J-Mac, are you there? Oh man, J-Mac, I don't know what kind of internet you have, but all right, J-Mac, something happened to you. Chaotic, closing statement. You disappeared, but you came back.
Yeah, I was doing some errands around the house real quick.
Oh, yeah.
As I said, and I keep saying it before, Just Pearly Things is doing the work of the Lord.
What? Wait. On a Easter Sunday?
Yeah, she's doing the work of the Lord.
Okay, elaborate.
She's providing more jobs for blacks than most black people do. I noticed that a lot of black African Americans were upset with her, particularly a lot of content creators. But I asked the question, are you putting money in other black people's pockets? Absolutely not. Another thing is that I do believe that whites should give their opinions on black people, considering the fact that black people are the number one beggars when it comes to white people. We beg them for jobs. We beg them for rights. Not me though, and we beg them to like us. So why not? Why can't these people have their opinions on black people? We
And
beg them.
also,
Go ahead.
chaotic. Like, what do you think about this? Are you surprised now? Because O'Shea have made many videos about this woman, right?
Mhm.
But what is all of a sudden they care that she has African employees? Like, do you think that's what it's about? Like, do they don't even like Africans?
It's selective outrage. It's selective. The fact of the matter is that this white girl who looks like a plain Jane has come into the space, and she has more of a fan base than O'Shea and other groups of people who've been in this space for over a decade.
Right.
And it's a bit of it's a bit of jealousy.
And also, chaotic.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Why they don't realize they limit themselves, right?
Mhm.
Even though, like, I'm African, I'm black, right?
Mhm.
I watch some of like these people, the things they talk about, they racialize everything.
Yeah.
Everything is racialized.
Mhm.
So it turns off even people who like people like myself and others who are rational, like, okay, like, dude, you got this platform, you want to reach all people. Why do you want to limit yourself on the internet? I don't understand that. In a world wide web where you have access to all people, why
Because
limit yourself? Why create this bubble?
Just like African Americans, particularly, their whole real view is just based on we black.
Right.
We black. There's never, they don't realize that there are tens of thousands of other cultural groups, different languages, etc. Black Americans particularly are the only group of people that were oppressed. Well, when you ask the blackie, well, what about the Uyghurs in China?
Oh, what about the slaves? The Brazilians, their ancestors were slaves.
But it's like
Jamaicans,
ancestors,
everybody.
even current day, current day, because you know what the Uyghurs are in China. They are one of the most oppressed groups on the planet right now. And you ask blacks about that, they don't even know who that is. So the fact of the matter is that
they probably think you're talking about some trailer park guy.
Yeah, most Negroes are hypocrites. Even Africans are hypocrites.
Of course.
And again, the beauty of what she's doing, I'm going to land the plane, is that she's allowing the very same First Amendment that is allowed in America, freedom of speech. Having Nick Fuentes on there was perfect. Allow everybody to give their opinion and perspective and freely talk. That's what Ricky Lake, Oprah Winfrey, Montel Jordan, Jerry Springer, that's what they all did 30 years ago.
Maury Povich.
They just let you sit there and talk. That's the beauty of interviews. Today, everybody gets so damn offended, and the host wants to cut people off on many platforms. And I think that's the beauty of what you do and I do. We just let people talk.
Exactly.
I'm interviewing you, so talk. I'm not going to cut you off because I don't agree. If I don't agree, so what? I want to hear what you have to say. The only thing that I'm about to land a plan on this one. The only thing I've always said is the only thing that is factual within the universe is mathematics. Nick Fuentes can have a point. Most Negroes are late to work and brag about it. Negroes are late to work. So if a white boy is saying it, so what? Go ahead.
Hold on. Chaotic, have you ever encountered this where Negro who don't show up to work on time, even if they show up, it's like they just go out of their way to create problems, like, because like I've done supervisory roles. I own my own business, right? People that work for me whatsoever. For me, I don't even, as long as you're doing your job, no issues, everything is going well, I don't even pick up. I don't call you if you don't call me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no issue, everything is running well, things are going well. But the moment like you showing up late, you're not getting the job done, I don't care. You could be as black as the ace of spades. Like, you're sabotaging my business. They don't realize this, and they want to get paid. You want to get paid, but you don't want to work, and you're sabotaging the very business that's going to be paying both of us. So one of us has to go. And guess who that is? The one who did not set this business up. So yes, black people are late, especially Africans.
Yeah.
We are late. This is true.
Yep.
And they brag about it. But
Brag
thank you, Chaotic. Let's bring in Deuces of Growth.
Hey, Afrodamus, before I speak, how is my sound? Is it clear or there are too much?
It's got some wind, but you're good. You're good.
Okay. I will let the other person go ahead, and then I'm gonna come back later on after that person.
Oh, because we're doing closing statements. I'm about to wrap it up.
Okay, cool. I mean, this situation we're here, there's too much hypocrisy. It's a selective outrage. Just like the guy that was here before Chaotic, I think it was North Trump, I forgot his name.
Who, that?
Huh?
You said who was here? Are you talking about that?
No,
North?
not that. Like North something. North Trump something. I think it was a white man. The one that was on the.
Oh, yeah. You talking about no sugar something?
Yes,
Yeah.
no sugar something.
Yeah.
These blacks, right? Like basically, they are mad because they envy what Pearl did. The same business model, they couldn't think.
Oh, you
of
talking
it.
about Fruit Loops? Fruit Loops.
Yes, Fruit Loops. Basically, they couldn't think of something like that before Pearl. Now they're mad because Pearl actually had the idea. Because I heard one of these FBA ladies say something like, "Pearl only became successful because she has Africans, and if we had Africans, we would have also become successful like Pearl."
They had access to plenty of us Africans. But they saw no value in us.
Exactly. She said, no, like if you had Africans, we could have beat Pearl at this game too. So basically, they envy them. Yeah. But yeah,
Can you imagine if one of these blacks, who is just fairly known, had done what just Pearl did without the hatred, take a little bit of their money, go to UK and set up like that? Do you know how much they would blow up? Those Africans there would be more than happy to work with them.
Exactly.
But no, they don't see it that way. They don't have any. They look down on Africans. The only time they want anything to do with Africans is when other people lift them up. And this is honestly, it's not only a black thing. Africans do that too. They don't put value in African person until you become valuable to other people. Then they want you back.
Yeah.
So that's just something people have to realize. Look, man, when a man or a woman develop themselves to where people start recognizing them, don't be upset at the person for living their life the way they want to. And he's complaining that this woman is taking 70% of her proceeds, as she should.
I mean, one thing they fail to realize is that she's in the UK. In the UK over there, those people they have financial heads for their rents, for their bills and stuff like that. So maybe if they get $6,000 a month, maybe that may be sufficient for them.
Right.
They don't have much for their living expenses like us here in the US. So they have a different financial situation.
Right. But they don't take all that into consideration. That's why I say this, like Judah said it, Africans want to go along with this, embracing this hate stuff. Mess around, continue. If you ever join this, your economy, the white people that come there and solicit your business, if they don't show up, Judah said that you're gonna go from third world to I don't know what he
Yeah,
said.
that's what I was thinking too. Exactly, because these blacks they like to show off. They like to say no, they are the most successful blacks, and they're not helping African people. So I'm like African. At least these white people are coming to Africa. They are giving you jobs. They are actually. See, like yesterday, you played a video. There was this woman that was talking about how when the U.S. goes to Africa, they take our resources, but they give us visas.
Right, to come here and work.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, it's an even exchange. We understand each other. But these blacks, they keep making fun of us, but they're not understanding where we're coming from. So at least, so basically, it's a contract. So why would you want to join these fights that's useless? Like,
Well,
it's a
a
useless
fight
fight.
that they're not even fighting for. Like, It's like, okay, fine, I can come and say, yeah, the white woman is racist. What's that gonna do?
She's not racist, bro.
I
She's not
know, I
racist.
know, I
Like
know she's
honestly,
not, but I'm
yeah.
just, that's what they want all of
And
us to say.
even if she was racist, bro, the NFL is racist. Like the NBA is racist. Like
Racist. The blacks still play
even Wall
there.
Street, even Wall Street is racist. It's
Look,
basically made up of slave. Yeah, go ahead.
Deuces, think about this. Do you think blacks care about racism? Didn't we learn about the civil rights? Didn't we see pictures of the blacks fighting white people so they can go eat in white people's restaurant?
Yeah,
Like
we saw that.
who would fight somebody, for them to eat that person's food? You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
to me, like, how serious is that? Like you
Yeah.
like you're gonna fight this person and trust them to serve you. That's
Yeah,
my whole point.
and the blacks are racist themselves towards Africans.
Right.
And then like one thing I wanted to say too, like even that girl Pearl, there was some points in the comment that she made, like when she was talking about slavery, all these things. We have to actually look at history because the blacks are playing like they were the only victim in the
Right.
world, but there were so many victims. So we have to actually revisit history and see who really like what really happens. Because she's a white woman. If you pay reparation, she's gonna have to pay them money, because she pays taxes too. So of course
Right.
she's gonna be concerned about like what's really happening if she really have to pay that reparation or whatever they're asking her to pay.
And
But I have one question.
do you
Yeah,
think they were also mad that she got Africans?
yeah, of course they were mad because she got African, because Africans are supposed to be the reject of the world. So when these blacks see that somebody value us when they don't value us, of course they're gonna be pissed. And then like they actually are the one that love to have the white validation more than
Right.
us. So of
This
course they're
is
gonna
what
be
this
jealous.
is all about. It's about, they've been talking all that stuff about, Africans, and now they see, oh man, our white woman that we all were drooling over, we were hoping she would fall in our arm. Little did we know she's with these ashy foot Africans, because that's what they are thinking.
Bro,
How is
I
she
mean,
with the ashy foot Africans?
I
You
mean,
know,
I mean, if you
I
think
mean,
about it, right,
just per, she's already tried egusi soup by now.
bro, yo, I made a video. I think I tagged you on my channel. It's called What I See. I made a video. She was talking
Did you
about,
tag me?
yeah,
I'll
I
find it.
tagged,
Okay.
yeah, that was me. Like she was talking about how she's learning how to make jollof rice. Meanwhile, the
Oh,
black Americans are making fun of us. They're like, oh, they're eating jollof, they're eating fufu, they're eating jollof rice. But the
right,
white woman, she like, oh, I'm learning how to make jollof, and then she was excited, bro. I'm learning how to make jollof rice. Think about it. So
right.
this is like the big difference over there. Yeah, of course.
Thank you very much, Deuces. I'll check out your channel. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but I have a question. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
When they talk about like, no, she's coming into black people's spaces and stuff like that, but this red pill thing started with a white man,
Yeah,
and
look, it's
even
still a white man thing. It's majority. Look, the big people, this red pill space, is the white people.
yeah,
Okay,
even
white people who have made them continue to make millions off of this. So what are these guys talking about?
yeah, even Kevin Samuels, all of his statistics came from Rollo Tomasi, but O'Shea
Not
did
only that, there was a guy named Tom Likis.
Tom Likis,
Tom
exactly,
Likis. Okay.
exactly,
Yeah, I
yeah,
used to listen to that guy on the radio. This is before all this internet stuff. So, you had Howard Stan. This is like this shock jock people, like, so this is nothing, it's something that the blacks are mimicking the whites. Yes, Kevin came. Even like Tommy was the big one. Remember, they called Tommy a coon. Like I
yeah,
played, yeah, Tommy was the big one. They all fought him because Tommy doesn't fit their bill. He's a dark skinned black, he's short. So they hate him, but he's brilliant.
yeah,
So
yeah. I
so
know what
so
you mean.
so like, if Tommy was somebody who he is smarter, he would just leave, go to the UK, he would blow up.
Exactly,
And guess what? The blacks would claim, oh, we put him on. That's all
exactly.
they do.
See, yeah, taking credits for. Yeah, but even O'Shea, yeah, I know what you mean. Like if they actually cared about, if they actually wanted to connect with Africans and then went to the UK, went to Africa and did this, they would have had a big thing, a big corporation. But them, they only think local. They don't think big. So I mean, that's the problem. That's the
Hey, that's not that white woman's fault. But thank you, Deuces.
Yeah, yeah, but even O'Shea Duke Jackson, the way he got into the manosphere, he was a white man that brought him into the man. His name is Rouge Valdez. Rouge
What's his
Valdez
name?
gave Rouge V. But
Yeah.
now, I mean, now he's a Christian. He converted, but back in the days, in like the 2013, 2014, he was the first. Like, he had a website. I think it was the Return of Kings, and then he hired O'Shea Duke Jackson, and that's how O'Shea came into the red pill, the manosphere. And then after that, O'Shea branched, and then he went to the black manosphere. But basically, even O'Shea got into the manosphere via a white man. His name is Rouge Valdez.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, to me, it's like, hey, work with whoever you can work with. That's just how life is. No need for you to come here trying to explain to us. Like, he was just going crazy on this white woman. I'm like, man, what is going on? But thank you, Deuces.
All right,
Thank
boy.
you.
Yeah, thank you, man. Take care.
All right. We got my co-host here, Judah. The floor is yours, Judah. What do you want to say?
Oh yes, Afridemos. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Oh yes. Man, it is what it is, man. Like, I keep telling people, it's high time Africans open their eyes and take their own what they do into consideration. They should believe that they are the ones that will, have to change the continent, not people that are coming in. And if you depend on all these people that are doing the talking, taking over your talk shows and all these things. And if you want these people to be a real model, then these are the people you're gonna be listening to. And once you start listening to these people, you're gonna be losing money behind the scenes, and that's gonna be a problem in the long run, because we have seen how these people have destroyed their communities in America because they don't build, they only talk, they don't build. And they are taking the same mentality back to Africa. Most of the kind of jobs that you see they're gonna be doing is they go back home, they want to get into the media spaces because they are good in talking, and they're gonna be representing the Africans on the continent. You have started seeing how O'Shea Duke Jackson is becoming the mouthpiece for Uganda media shows. Most people are watching him because he speaks fluent English. That is the kind of language international, they want to listen. Now he's talking more from Uganda's standpoint. And these are, it's gonna be causing. And
Well, not just Uganda. I'm talking African. He's representing himself as the voice of Africa for diaspora. That's what he's doing. He's Nigeria, Ghana. So that's just what it is. You're right. It's about media. All they're gonna do is just the talking points.
Right. Africans have to, and come to think of it, the people that are owns these big social media platforms are elevating most African Americans on the continent that have YouTube channels.
Well, Judah, I'm glad you are recognizing that.
I'm telling you for a fact, Africans on the continent that owns YouTube channel, if not of Maya, that probably was overseas in China and then went back. You kind of see that it's mostly these people that are going back home that their YouTube is going up. It's not just the African that are giving them the subscribing, but most of their platforms is being elevated.
He's not only representing Uganda, he's representing Nigeria too.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
because he talks about Nigeria. I know Antnam is trying to deny it. Antnam, it's okay, Antnam.
Forget about Antnam.
Antnam, it's okay. You're being represented well.
Forget about Antnam. He's a short-sighted. But this is the thing, right? The white man is giving them that elevation. They want to tell you how bad the white man is, but the white man owns these platforms that they are flexing with. The white man owns most of these things, and they want to tell Africans to cut away from the white man. Yet they go home to the white man. They pay their bills to the white man. All these Cash App and Zelle and all these platforms is owned by the white man. So there's no way And a black person will ever cut away from the white man. So when they tell you, oh, you're a white man kisser, they are just being hypocrite. They are just, that's a fact. They are just being hypocrite. So they should stop all this stuff, all this nonsense, because this is the thing. African Americans will never take the place of a white man in Africa. They don't have the money. They are good in talking. They don't have the money. And if Africans are dumb and they believe in these people, few years down the line, these countries are going to crumble.
Judah, Africa. How long do Africans put up with just empty talk and no money on the table? Not for long. How the people are? I mean, come on, let's be real. Like it doesn't take much for them to not be like, hey, this is a useless person, you know. You're already seeing some in these countries already. They are telling us so.
Exactly. But Afidemos, today is Sunday, man. Today is sunny outside. It's getting warm. The mountains top is full with snows, and the cities is sunny. You know, I want to go out and chill. You know.
Yeah. Wait. So it's Easter and it's sunny and nice over there in sundown town. You know, with the Mormon girls. So are you gonna go test your hand temperature with one of those Mormon women?
Oh man, come and see how snow bunnies are clean from head to toes. Come on, bro. Like the sunny.
Judah, are you trying to upset the blacks? We are just speaking. Wait, we just finished. We're talking about a white woman here that pissed off all the blacks. And now here you are. Here you know she's dating an African. They're already mad at that. So now you are over here talking about how you are in this sundown town because the blacks believe, you know, people get lynched there, but you are taking the white women to the mountains.
Man,
like
the black
what is going on? Like how did you achieve this great life, Judah, in America?
The blacks that believe that you get lynched in sundown cities are blacks that have record criminal. We don't want people that bag their pants all the way down to their knees. They don't carry no. Once your pants sack all the way to your knees, that's when the police pull you over. Once you play loud music, that's when they pull. In our cities, we don't play loud music. Everybody goes by protocol. We don't throw trash on the road. Everybody is, you know, like when the police pull you over, he sees you and respects you because, you know, I mean, you have a clean haircut. I mean, people don't carry dreads around. You know, you don't see.
Judah, I was thinking about moving to Baltimore. What do you think about that?
Oh, hell no, man, hell nah. even the way you look, man, you might pass out for a drug lord, man. You might get caught in between, man. Baltimore is crazy, man. I'm telling you for a fact. Gary, Indiana, and all these places.
Judah, why is Zongo hating on you?
But Zongo is married to an FBA lady. His mindset is getting wiped out already. By a few years to come, we wouldn't believe if Zongo is a Ghanaian. His mindset is getting clean. I mean, how can you tell me that in the space of 1 year you are married to an FBA and you love her so much? What the heck is going on?
Do you think Zongo is becoming a Pookie or a Sim?
Oh man, Zongo is short-sighted and naive. He just got into America and believed that FBA lady are so nice, they are so decent. He doesn't know.
His wife might be nice, like it can be all.
Give Zongo 2 years down the line, 2-3 years down the line, when his whole paycheck is going into FBA lady is reading Zongo from head to toe. She knows. Come on, man. Look, man, I'm not gonna tell what Zongo is going through, but this is the thing. It's hard for an African. I'm telling you for a fact, an African person will marry a white person first before marrying an FBA lady. You know why? Because FBA lady do not back down to anything. They don't call the man yes, sir. They don't obey to that nonsense. They believe 50-50. I'm telling you for a fact, man. I've been in this country. I know what it is. There's no from left to toe, from east to west, north to south. They are the same women. I'm telling you, even the ones that are in church. I met a FBA lady in church. She has the same mindset like the ones on the street. The same people. Nothing changed them. A white person, we want to learn more about you, even know you, even know your family. No, FBA ladies, bro. No, man, I'm not. Come on, bro.
So
It's not.
do you think O'Shea should be speaking to the FBA ladies to change their mindset
Oh man,
instead of
when O'Shea was in Poland, didn't you know he was licking on snow bunnies? Didn't you know that?
well
Come
no
on, bro.
well no, he was dealing with the foundational Polish women
Come
over
on,
there.
how will an FBA guy move to Poland? Poland, you don't even find only few Africans you could find in Poland. He was working for the snow bunnies in Poland, man. What the heck? This is why when these African Americans come out and talk, right? People like us are the ones that want to debate them. We want to talk to them because these Africans in Europe and all these Africans, they do not know who African American is. They just believe that, oh, just being black, we are the same people. No, these people have a mindset.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, isn't Poland supposed to be racist?
Come on, man. Poland is one of the most racist countries in the world.
So
Bro.
wait, how did O'Shea survive it?
Tell me about it. And then he want to come out and preach about, oh, racist. Are you kidding me?
Hold
Come
on,
on, bro.
Judah, someone wrote here, Mark, shout out to Mike. Mark said your topic was great, but this guy spoiled everything. He's an insult to our black community as a whole. Is he not one of the black African he just branded? Let him thanks to the Americans. So he's saying you should be thanking the blacks in America. But
No.
Mark is in Europe. He's in Germany. Do you think he knows what he's talking about? Are you there? Take it easy on Mark is my Gambian brother. Are you there, Judah? Oh man, I guess Judah got abducted again. Well, Judah, if you are there, say something. Okay, I don't know what happened to him, but ladies and gentlemen, that was Judah. As you guys can see, Mark said Judah should thank the blacks. I was trying to give him the opportunity to respond to you, Mark, because Mark, you see, Judah is the black expert over here. He's lived in Gundown Town, meaning he's lived with the blacks, and now he's in Sundown Town with the snow bunnies in Utah, Mormon land. So, guys, okay, so that's what he was explaining. So hopefully we can get him to fix that Mormon internet and call in before I leave. But if not, either way, oh, there he is, Judah. I'm gonna let him respond. Go ahead, Judah.
Can you hear me, bro?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Look. I'm gonna cut it short, man. When I came
Cut
into
it
this
short. Go
country,
ahead.
the black man was not
So Mark said you should be, thanking the blacks, aren't you acting like the blacks? You're being a disgrace to the entire black community in the world.
The blacks did not bring me into America. When I came into this country, the white man created an embassy in my town and told me, look, I need people like you to come and help this country. I said, why? Why do you guys need my assistance? They told me that even though America is a great country, but they are facing a lot of problems in these countries when it comes to, blacks, Americans not going to school. They don't want to get educated. They don't, most of them want to get into drugs. They want to be on the street and all of that. They say they need people that can come in and fill that vacuum. Those who want to go to school, want to, so they don't just come to Africa and take any person. You have to be high level educated. So I went to their embassy. Guess what? Their embassy was full of white people. Even at the embassy, they told me, look, you are coming into a white country, America, owned by white people.
Oh, they said that?
That's what they told me. And even the
okay.
embassy, there's no black. I mean, you cannot have a country called.
They didn't have blacks in the embassy in your country.
Affidemos. Even in your own embassy, right? We know the people. If the people that work in your own embassy represent the people in your country, right? The people that work in an American embassy in Cameroon, they are representing America, and they are all white people. That tells you America is a white country. They did not tell me America is a multiracial. Nope. They told me America is a white country. come here and help the people that are not going to school. So when I came, I saw the situation. They said, "Do
So
you
when
want
you
to
saw the blacks, were you like disappointed and
Yeah,
you felt like
when
they lied to you? You
when
felt
no, they did not lie, because when I went to Washington D.C., the lady that was walking me around the city was showing me, okay, this is where to go, this is where
Oh,
not to go. I felt
Judah, this is what Mark is saying. Mark said the black American were marginalized in America. They used to allow them to get in just certain schools. Do you think Mark understands?
no, he doesn't. He doesn't understand, because these are people that they will have fought for their own independence, but they were so weak to fight. They instead fight for what is it?
Well,
Integration with the white man.
they did fight.
They fought. Yeah, they fought. I mean, civil right is of no
Yeah.
importance. I mean, I will have taken I will have taken independence to fight for your own right, independence,
Yeah,
to be
but you know, you
independent.
yourself said
You know,
it's a white country. The
right? But
numbers.
you will have cut away,
Look,
because we saw
even though
countries like the
I
Caribbean
give the
countries.
blacks hard time, but you know, the numbers do not favor the blacks.
No, man, it doesn't come with number, right? There's a country in
Hey,
Southeast Asia called East Timor, right?
hey, Judah, check this out. Mark thinks that the blacks are not allowed to enter in certain schools. Do you think
Oh
he
man, come
knows?
on, man. That's bullshit, man. I live in North Dakota, right? And I saw a bunch of black kids going to. This is the thing.
Do
This
you
is the
think do you
mentality.
think do you think the Africans in Europe understand?
Oh, they
They
don't
understand.
understand
Do you
anything.
think they know the type of free? You know, they really think the blacks don't have freedom here. Do they understand how free the blacks are?
These are the kind of people that the Africans in Europe they watch, and they think everything that they say is true. Hell nah. How can you tell me there are certain schools that you cannot get? This is bullshit, man. This is bullshit. These are people that do not want to go to school. They do not want to even look. High school to them is their highest level. You tell them to go to college, they want to make quick money.
Well, a lot of black women are in college,
Yeah, you find a lot of black women than you find a lot of black men, because black
but
men
that's
are
by
about that
design,
money.
though.
Eh?
That's by design.
It's not by what design. What design?
Well,
Who makes the
look at
design?
look at the dynamic. You know,
What
it's like,
dynamics, bro?
well, okay, I get what you're saying, but you gotta remember the way it was set up.
Nobody
You
set it
know,
up. Nobody set it up. I moved from Washington D.C. to another state to go to school. But these guys live. I had a friend, an African American in Washington D.C. He wants to stay there, go, because he was born there. He said there's no way he's
Judah
going.
is asking you. He said, "Do you know American history more than the Americans?"
What is the what history? I'm talking about the white man history. I'm not talking about his history. To me is of no importance. I'm talking about the history of this country. This history has a level playing field for everybody. A level playing field for everybody. I'm not
Look
gonna come into
at
this country.
Judah. Look at what Zongo said. Afridamus, the FBA at O'Hare Airport, asked me, "What am I doing here on the year of return?"
Even Zongo, right? Even Zongo in his mind is like, why did I get myself into an FBA lady?
No,
Well,
no, that's not what he's
bro,
thinking.
I'm
Look,
telling
he's
you
in
behind the
love.
scene.
Don't look.
Me and you know what
Look,
Zongo is going through at
no, no. Look, the man said he loves his wife,
oh
and
man.
I believe him.
Hey,
I mean, like,
give yourself 3 years. We're gonna ask Zongo if he is still married, right? You're gonna maybe I'm telling you the truth. Once Zongo have that green card, that's it. But this is the thing,
nah.
right?
Come on, man. Come on.
This is
Come
the thing.
on, man.
Let me not go there. But this is the thing. America has a playing field, a level playing
So,
field.
Judah, it looks like Mark said you sound like you have no clue about American history. Judah? What did you study in college?
Bro, what I studied in college is America. When America,
Did you ever take African American history or American history?
I took African American history, right? And guess who taught me? It was a white person. And why? Ask yourself why. Because there was no black person that could even
No,
teach.
well, in my African American classes, you know, it was black. The guy was
Right.
the guy was a
Right. I
hotep,
mean,
and
they are
he's
gonna
got
find.
he had a white wife, but
Now,
you know,
there you go. The person that I had, he was white. But guess what? He was white, but he has studied more of African American history. And that's the thing. And I went to school in Michigan, in Grand Valley, Ellen, the Grand Rapids, somewhere around Muskegon and all these places, right? Detroit Lakes. And and he was white, but he was versed with what he was, but it wasn't of my concern because I was more intrigued with how American built, how white people built, because this is what I want to take back home in Africa. These people that I want to relate to have never built anything that I've admired. The people that have built, especially this YouTube and all this social media, is all white people. These are people that I want to learn from, because when I go back home, I want to create a social media that will link Africa too. These are the people that I'm learning from. You're not going to learn from somebody that is not going to, have nothing to do with what your prospect, you know what I mean? So, I mean, there's nothing. Why should I study their history? It's of no importance to me. I studied African history. I know my own history. There's no reason why I should study different history to know. No. When these people go into Africa, are they studying African history? Are they studying Cameroonian history? Are they studying Gambia history? No, they are not. They are there for their business. That's why you see O'Shea Duke Jackson.
Well, some of
He's
them
doing
do.
his YouTube channel to make money, not to study Uganda and all that. Have you seen him talking about Uganda history in his channel? He's not doing that.
Well, I don't think he knows much about it, but
There
he
you
talks
go.
about the current stuff.
Why they talk, but all this current stuff is what me and you watch on TV and all these things, right? But look, this is how African Americans are based. They follow all these things, man. You call them one-on-one and ask them certain questions, they won't answer. All what they are good in is how they talk. Their talking is what takes them everywhere. They are good in talking. That's just it. But I'm
Thank
not
you.
gonna come in. That's just their point.
So,
But
Judah, what do you think? Do you think we should close by playing a song from Professor Tommy?
oh man, Professor Tommy, come on, bro.
Huh?
Come on, hell
Huh?
nah. Hell
No,
no.
Professor Tommy Sotomayor. Remember the national anthem song
Now,
here?
yeah, I mean, yeah, you can go. You want to play?
Well, we're about to close here.
Yeah, I mean, when we close, yeah, I mean, he's a nice. Yeah, you can play his songs. But this
Okay.
is the thing. Let me finish, right? Let me just give you a heads up, man. For Africans, have to be careful. Like, they should, especially they have to watch those who are coming in and run certain kind of YouTube media in their own country, because this is gonna cause problem in the long run. And that's why I was telling Ghana and all these Uganda and all these places in certain countries like Cameroon, these guys wouldn't be doing their things like that. Now we have to vet you, see what you are talking about. Who the heck? Why do you want to stop white people from coming in? Why are you want to call racist in a place where they do not identify racism? So that's just it, man.
Well, guys, as you know, that's Judah, my co-host, calling all the way from the snow bunny land of Utah.
There
He
you go.
came in as usual and he gave his 2 cents. And what else? Some people are asking for me to drop the link, but after Judah have spoken, what can you possibly add onto this that can top it? So with that, we'll just bring in, close out with our Professor Tommy Sotomayor. And I want to thank all of you for watching. And I hope you, find this stream, valuable and, learn something from it. Just get your emotions out of it. And I think, what I would say to O'Shea is, yeah, forget about these little shenanigans and focus on your Nigerian and Ugandan, Ghanaian podcast. That's what you should do. But I want to thank all of you. Until next time, I'm your host, Afridamus.
Thank you all for demos. Bye.
You a grown ass man. You call me to troll me. Did you get what you want out of this? Did it make you feel better now? There's a difference. I don't bother people I don't like. And this is what you have to deal with niggas. What they built, what they did, what they gained.
You want to live off somebody else's law.
What they built, what they did, what they gained.
You want to live off somebody else's law.
Niggas are the worst people on earth. I do understand why they made them slaves. I think one of the worst things that happened was they stopped making them slaves. If they'd have kept niggas as slaves, we'd have built more shit. We'd have been better people. Whenever black people were under the oppression of white people, they did more. They were more productive people. Name the shit you built since being out of slavery. Name it. Name it. Let me explain. You claim you built DC.
You were enslaved when you did that.
You claim you built the railroads.
You were enslaved when you did that.
Everything you claim you built in America, it's when white people had the whip on your ass. What have you built since? Come on, what have you built since? Nobody wants to talk about the facts. Now all you do is go around and begging white people for shit. All these hoods y'all proud of, white people gave them to you. You didn't build them. What they built, what they did, what they gained.
You want to live off somebody else's law.
What they built, what they did, what they gained.
You want to live off somebody else's law.
What they built, what they did, what they gained.
You want to live off somebody else's law.
What they built, what they did, what they gained.
You want to live off somebody else's law.
Did black people build Cabrini Green? Nope. Did black people build Capitol Homes? Nope. Did black people build Carver Homes? Nope. Did black people build O-Block? Nope. Did black people build any of these things you're talking about? 63rd, 62nd, 69th? Did you build any of that shit? Nope. Did black people build Compton?
What?
Did black people build Compton?
What?
Did black people build Compton? Nope. Let me explain. Black Wall Street. Come on, bro. Black Wall Street. Your ass ain't built Black Wall Street back now, have you? You got all these black millionaires and all these black millionaires who own clothing companies. You could have been built Black Wall Street back a long time. When you hear all these niggas love